That's the link you post.
Okay. And my Wi-Fi's on. Sorry to cut you off, man. My Wi-Fi's on, Vika.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, you're good, dude. Yeah, just twitch.tv/Topshelfers.
I was nervous about coming here, but I'm not nervous anymore.
That's good, yeah. It's
always that first couple minutes, like, once we
right.
meet each other, see each other, sit down, and start actually talking, it's real smooth. And
yeah, we just liked hanging out.
Yeah.
That's all we're doing, hanging out, chatting, drinking a little bit, whatever.
I was actually watching one,
Hanging out.
and it said it was Sober October, and I was like, okay, this is from October, because I was like, he's doing Sober October in February, but I looked at the date, so I think it's this one right here.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Sober October, and I was like, okay, this is from October, because I was like, he's doing Sober October in February, but I looked at the date.
Yeah, but yeah, chill. Just try to relax, chill out, hang.
talking about fun topics and crazy shit. And
we were saying, I was actually telling him about that the other night, because, man, I don't know if, because, we have people that just come by themselves, and I was like, man, I don't know if I would do it, some strangers, I don't know if I would just go over to their place and,
talk.
I don't think I was like, man, I don't know if I'm social enough to just go talk to a couple people, but if you have someone with you or something, it's more comfortable, so.
Exactly.
But yeah, usually once people get here, they're like, oh, okay, it's not,
Yeah.
we're not super serious.
I'm surprised we've only had one experience that was a little off, and it was due to some other circumstances with the guest who came, but we've never actually had anyone come on and hate it, not want to come back. And usually most people are like, oh, I'd like to come back, but the one funny one, I won't say his name, you might know him, but he came on and had a little bit of a freak out and then had to leave, and it was interesting.
Yeah, he was only here for 3 minutes, and he's like, yeah, that was a fun time, guys, I'm gonna have to call it. We're like, you what? Who's really got you, man? Yeah, so other than that, it's usually pretty chill. Everyone seems to enjoy it, just hanging out, talking, so make sure the sound sounds good. Oh, I'm gonna get a fucking ad on my own channel.
3 motherfucking minutes.
Yeah, we're like, yeah, Wes thought he was trolling us. He's like, you seriously come here to troll us? And he's like, I'm not trolling. We're like, yeah, because we thought he was joking, because he was laughing. Wes was like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. And he started laughing real hard. We're like, what the fuck?
It was one of the weirdest, hands down the weirdest experience we've had on here, just because we didn't know what was going on. And then after he left, he had a friend with him. His friend ended up staying, which was funny. We didn't even know who the friend was. He ended up staying and doing a full podcast. The other kid called an Uber and just left. And we're like, oh, that was interesting. But the kid told us what was going on, and it made a lot more sense.
Yeah, it's funny. At first we're like, what is going on? I'm like, okay, just gonna take off, but yeah.
Oh, dang, we should probably introduce you guys since we're live now.
Oh, yeah.
We got Christian over here. Now, is it Kool-Aid?
Yeah, you can call me Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid?
Oh, look, I'm over here on my phone. Not on my phone no more, though.
Yeah, good.
Kool-Aid.
And then Vika.
Yeah.
Do you have is that your rap name? Do you have a rap name too, or?
Don V.
Don V?
Don V.
Don V? Gotcha. Now, do you guys both on SoundCloud, YouTube?
I'm on SoundCloud and YouTube. SoundCloud is Krishna Kool-Aid, and then YouTube is Brother Ishmael, aka Kool-Aid.
Yeah. And then we'll have you plug it afterwards too at the end too. But
what about you? Are you on any of the?
Well, I said something about a racial thing, but N-word.
Yeah.
Just cut that.
No, yeah, you're good.
you can say it.
That one nigga V.
Just we can't say it.
Yeah.
Oh
no, you can say it.
You can say it. We can't.
Yeah.
Yeah. DAT ONE nigga NIGGA underscore VEEK.
No, you can
say it. Non SoundCloud and YouTube then?
Yeah.
Just everywhere.
Yeah, a little something everywhere.
Perfect.
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, we can always pull it up too. At some point in this podcast, we can play it through it. So just get a little sample of your guys' stuff too while we're here.
For sure.
So we'll do that a little bit later too. But
Plus, we're always trying to hear new music because it is kind of a market that's so big that it's hard
and
to
you can help
find
yourself to that.
new
I'll take
people.
another one.
You know?
So, on the paranormal stuff, so what do you guys usually talk about?
Oh shit, yeah. Like that's usually actually what we first talk about. We talk about a bunch of stuff, but like, first, do you guys have like any like paranormal experiences, or do you believe or not believe?
I've had some mad paranormal experiences, yo.
Oh yeah,
Like lots.
let's hear it. Like whatever you wanted to tell, you can tell some stories that you want.
Should I look at the camera?
Look wherever you want. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah, you don't
So,
even have
like,
to pay attention to it.
My sister's dad had died probably like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And my sister was chilling at the house for a while. A lot of things are going on in the house, and I go over there with my mom, and she's like, "Hey, come over here, let's talk." And I'm talking to her, and she's like, "Hey, tell my dad to turn on the TV." And I'm like, "Hey, Jack, will you turn on the TV?" And the fucker clicks on
Oh no way.
instantly, and I'm like, "Yo, what the fuck?" And she's like, "Tell him to turn it off." I'm like, "Hey, will you turn off the TV?" Clicks off instantly, and I was like,
That's,
"This is definitely going fucking down, yo."
That's gnarly, man.
that'd be a weird thing to
I'd be like,
experience.
I'm noping my way out. I'm like, all right, well, that was good. See you
Yeah,
later.
I was gonna.
Scary as fuck, yo. I was like, Have you had any paranormal shit happen to you?
A lot.
Speak, bro.
A lot.
I'd be like,
Um,
noping my way out. I'm like, all right, well, that was good. See you later.
I was gonna.
I was like, have you had any paranormal?
So my parents, both of them passed away.
Yeah.
So like, there's a lot of, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Got that
definitely.
energy.
We had a friend that like his dad had passed away, and like there was like we took like a group picture, or I wasn't there, but they took a group picture, and like it looked like someone was standing in the background, and like it was super cool because he's like, yeah, well, if that's my dad, you know, in the background, like watching over him, taking a picture with him, so that was cool. So, yeah.
It's so much, and it's so emotional too, you know, especially when it's family or friends and different things like that. Is, you know,
Right.
you wanna. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you hope so much that it is them. You know,
Yeah.
just giving you a little like sign, like, hey, we're still around. You might not be able to see us or talk to us as much, but we're still around.
Right.
But yeah, paranormal is definitely an interesting one, just because it's so wide range. It can be so many different things, and then there's so many people who are for it or they just don't believe.
Right.
But I definitely, I'm on the fence with it just because I've never personally had anything that's like, you know, I just saw that. I can't explain it. But there's been some weird stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Especially UFO stuff. I've seen some weird. I think that still falls under like paranormal because it's just out of the ordinary. But seen some weird stuff in the sky, and then we saw some weird stuff out at Skinwalker Ranch, which is like it's out in Roosevelt, I think.
Something like that, yeah.
And it's supposed,
What'd you guys see out there?
I can show you.
yeah, we have a picture of it. It's like the former owners of the ranch or the land or whatever used to have all these stories of just crazy shit, like, you know, big wolves, people turning into from human to animal, UFO sightings. They had like these big orbs apparently that would like go around the ranch, you know, mutilated animals, the whole nine. So we went out there, you know, being dumb and trying to look for shit, and we didn't see anything with our eyes, but we had our friend recording, and after we left and was driving home, he told us to pull over because he saw something.
Yeah, this is like a screenshot of the video. Like this is standing on the side of the road in the just where we were parked.
And I mean, it could just be
Some weird dude standing there, but like
looks a little weird.
yeah, it's
Right.
we're just like, what the fuck is that standing there? Because like we have like the rest of the video, that same spot, like there's nothing there, but like for 2 seconds in a video, there's just that fucking thing standing there. We're like, what the fuck is that thing?
I
Can you
believe.
play it? Like,
It's not the video. This is just a screenshot of the video because we just put this on our first or second podcast.
okay.
We're
Yeah.
trying to find the video because, I mean, how long ago was that we went there? Like 6 years ago?
Yeah, so it's on our friend's old phones when you get it from him. But yeah, that's just a screenshot from the video.
The other thing that was weird
We need
is...
the actual video though.
Yeah, we do. So the ranch has like these barriers when you go down the dirt roads. There's like a barrier here, and then a barrier there. So if you want to go like right up to their gate, you got to kind of snake tail in. And we were back like 20, 30 yards, and we looked up, and it looked like there was a white light on, like up in the sky. But we don't know if it was a reflection, or if it was actually like a long tower that had a light on it, or if there was something floating in the sky. But that disappeared, and then as we were leaving, we captured that, whatever that is, person or reflection or alien or whatever on the phone. They kind of go together. I don't know. It was just a weird night, and it was definitely the strangest experience I've ever
I
had.
wish we had pictures of the gates and stuff still. It might be on my other videos, but we'll look through it. Yeah, because like it has like a bunch of signs up, like private property, no trespassing, armed guards, stuff like that. So we're like, what the fuck are they doing out here?
They're doing some shit.
Yeah.
I've heard a podcast, and I've heard a couple things about skinwalkers.
Yeah.
Like the Native Americans really believe in skinwalkers and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
Calford, he was talking about him a little bit, because, he's Navajo, so he knows some.
And didn't he say the way that people actually can become skinwalkers is like they have to kill a family
It's like
member or
witchcraft,
something like
it's some
that?
sort of witch, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, that's
Like,
kind of scary.
That's the exact story that I've heard about skinwalkers, that you got to kill a family member. And I think, like, I don't really know. I'm not gonna like say I for sure know, but I think like you take their heart or something from them.
Oh, geez.
But like, yeah, it's fucked up. Dude. I've heard a lot about skinwalkers, bro.
Man, the Native Americans like truly believe in it too. Like, you're like, shit, have they seen some stuff? Like, why do they believe so seriously about this?
I think the Native Americans are really like deep people.
Yeah.
Deeper than
For sure.
most people. And then if you like ask any Native American where they came from, they're like, hey, where do you come from? They're all like, we came from another planet to find a better place to live because where we were living was not a good place. And then like also in Americas too, I heard a rapper, Bishop New Breer, talk about it, and he's like, where do your people come from? He's like, my people are actually from America. He says his group of black people that he came from were actually in America, like during the Native Americans and stuff like that. And they started bringing over slaves, and they just integrated all that stuff with them.
Shit. That's
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is.
I was like, what?
Yeah.
History's wild.
History is fucking nuts, man.
I love going back and like, what's the big podcast, like Drunk History or something like that?
Yeah, that's a YouTube channel before.
Yeah.
Those guys are funny. They just get drunk and tell history stories.
Yeah, some of the shit that they tell though is so you just can't believe that it actually happened at some point. And, I don't know. All the stuff too with like patterns. There's so many patterns throughout history of. They always say don't repeat history, but since recorded history, there's patterns of the same shit happening over and over and over and over. And it's kind of like, is it just going to keep going like that, or are we going to break the pattern and stuff's just going to completely change, or is it just going to...
I say for us to break the pattern, it all depends on like who like really knows like what's going on and that kind of stuff. Like if people catch the pattern, because a lot of people like wouldn't even notice that there's a pattern in this life and stuff.
Right.
It all depends on like who the fuck's in the world and shit, because history is going to repeat itself. Like it's not like in the terms of like repeating, like it's not like the exact same, but it's pretty much the same. Like,
yeah,
everything.
Like similar events. Like obviously not like word for word events, but similar things will happen like there'll be another plague, or there'll be another thing that wipes out tons of people somewhere in the world. It will just happen, and I don't think it's in humans' control. And it's happened all throughout history, and it almost seems like it's on a timeline. And I don't really believe in what's it called, like fate or predetermination. But when you go back and look through history, you're like, some of this shit
seems like
might
it's
be predetermined.
Question for all three of you guys. Do you guys think that something like that's going to eventually come back for us? Like,
could for sure. Like,
I'm almost going like in a weird route with that too, because I think the Earth is more living than we know. And I know that's weird to say, but
well, so many living beings on like one planet, like it's gonna respond.
I think the Earth can almost control itself in a way, and I think once it has so much like toxic thing happen to it, obviously
like a person getting sick almost.
Like, almost like a person getting sick. I think our Earth getting sick and it needs to get rid of
Virus.
yeah, it's going to create its antibiotic somehow, and whether that's, you know, a new disease that we can't stop, or like volcanoes erupting and big earthquakes and stuff like that, because we're due for an earthquake here, like the mega quake or whatever it's called, like the 10.0 that will fuck everything up. And if
They
that
always say that though. But
yeah,
we'll see.
and if that triggers Yellowstone,
Boom. Yeah, big boom. It's
One
all
thing I'll
done.
say is, you know, as history,
They always say that though. But
if you step out of time, you know what I mean? Like, it's all there.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Y'all mentioned psychedelics.
Yeah.
As history,
yeah, yeah, dumb
you step
mushroom.
out of time, you enter somewhere else.
You really
Like,
do.
It's all there. Time's not really a factor.
yeah, definitely. It's weird.
What's the last psychedelic you guys did?
Acid.
Yeah, acid with him. I'm torn on acid. I don't know if I ever want to do it again, because for me, like, the reason I ever did psychedelics in the first place is I wanted to like experience something and gain something and learn something. It seemed like for me, like, acid was fun, but I didn't learn anything from it. I just felt like I was tripping balls for 14 hours, and then yeah, and then I was like halfway through, I was like, okay, is this over? I'm ready for this to be over, and then it didn't end, and kept going. But
You ever knocked out on acid?
I fell asleep. Yeah,
Like knocked out and then woke back up?
kind of. So it was the first time I ever did it, and I ended up taking, it was like a tab and a half or something like that, and I was laying on a bed. And I would I felt like I fell asleep, but I would go down this like weird spiral in my head, and then to get out, I would have to reverse 100% back. Like the whole thought process would have to reverse back, and then I'd wake up and I'd be like, "Oh, that was fucking weird," and then I would look around and then I'd fall back asleep and do the same thing. But with time, I thought while I was doing all that, like, it was gonna be 6-7 hours. It was like 2, maybe 2 hours.
Yeah, it's fucking gnarly.
How was your experience when you were tripping with them?
I've done it a lot, but all mine have been good for the most part. I haven't had a bad trip yet, so I'm lucky. And yeah, I've done acid a bunch. I've only done mushrooms one time, but yeah, I had one bad experience on so I used to work for this flooring company. And when I worked, this dude gave me some stuff, and it was like spice. Like, hey, smoke this. It was spice, and I was like, shit, okay. But like, I was like, I felt like I was just in eternal, like, just my thoughts and nothingness for like ever. And like, I finally started coming to, I was like, that wasn't fucking spice. What the fuck did I just take?
Dude, I fucking mixed spice with acid.
No shit.
Put out.
Yeah.
You guys want? So I'll tell you guys about my last like bad trip. I was actually with him. We eat some mushrooms. I go over to my boy's house and he has like thousands of mushrooms.
Oh shit.
So I'm like, fuck, cool. And he sells me at like, what was it, like 8 or 9 grams for $25, $30. And I take him back with him, and I'm like, the whole time he takes them before I go over there. The whole time I'm like at work, like, I'm not gonna take these. I'm good. Blah blah blah. Talking to my parents, like, I'm not gonna take them. And I get with him, and I'm like, fuck it, I might as well take it, have some fun and shit. We brew up some tea. We're sitting there.
Jesus.
Hey, what's up?
Let there be light.
Right.
Paranormal.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Just
like,
gets bright as fuck.
we're tripping, watching the movie The Avatar with the blue people.
Oh, shit.
And like, in my mind while I was watching that, I'll have him tell his perspective too, but like while I'm watching it, I'm like sitting there, dude, and I'm like thinking like all those blue people at one part's like part of a brain cell, and then fucking the white dude, the main white guy that's like the military dude's like basically shitting on how we live in society. And then he's like, I think you said shut it off or something, or you paused it, or I paused it. And then he walks in the kitchen, and then we're sitting there talking about like what we want out of life and all that kind of stuff. And he's like, what is life, bro? And what does all this mean to you and all this kind of stuff? And in my mind, I couldn't puzzle it together on mushrooms. Then I was like, if I can't even puzzle that together, is this real? And I started thinking he was God. And I'm
Damn.
like, oh my God, am I stuck with him for the rest of my life? Like, you're my boy. I fuck with you a lot. But on those mushrooms, I was just like, I can't do this. Like, I need my people in my life. I love my parents. I love all my friends. This motherfucker is God. So I'm like, I got to get up and leave. And I stand up, and he's like, where you going? And I'm like, I'm fucking leaving. He's like, you can't go, and I thought he meant like I was stuck in this house
Oh,
forever.
shit.
So I fucking get in the car and shit, and I start driving, and he runs out, and he's like, Christian! And like in the back of my mind, I'm tripping so hard. I'm like, did he just turn into my dad? Because he sounded like my fucking dad.
Damn.
I'm all driving through Bountiful. It's like 1 a.m. Bountiful's a dead zone
Yeah.
at that time. So I'm like, I am the last person. There's no cars out. There's
Oh,
nothing fucking out here. And I felt like, I'm pretty sure there was a car behind me. And I just felt like it was in my mind. And
Yeah.
the shit was just following me. So I kept turning. And I get, like, it was bad. Like, I get back towards my house, and nothing looked the same. Nothing looked like my house. Nothing looked like the streets, but it was the street. And I'm like, fuck it. And my dumbass, like, I couldn't puzzle anything in my brain, so I closed my eyes. I just hit my gas, dude, and I crashed into someone's garage. And I start walking around the neighborhood. Like, this was the worst fucking mushroom trip. I only ate, like, 2.5 grams in tea. Like, it was potent. And I start walking around the neighborhood. I'm like, hey, this is what death is. I'm dead. This is it. Crawl around, like, walking around the neighborhood, walk back around, and there's a police officer, and he grabs me. He's like, did you crash your car? And I'm like, I don't know anymore. And I'm like, what are you, sir? And he's like, I'm a Bountiful police officer. And I'm like, what the fuck is a police officer? And he's like, I work for the police department. I'm like, what is a police department?
Oh, shit.
And he's like, get on the ground. And the whole time, like, I thought they were just trying to, like, I don't know what the fuck they were trying to do with me. I thought they were just trying to take me somewhere. And then, like, they were trying to take me somewhere.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, fuck, it's over for me. And then he puts me in the handcuffs. I'm in the back of the car. I'm losing my fucking mind.
Jesus Christ.
Then I get to the hospital. They put me in the CAT scan machine where it, like, pulls you back and
Yeah.
forth. And I'm, like, looking up, and there's a forest. And I'd been in the forest all fucking, like, all month, and like for like 3 months straight I was taking him up there, and we're smoking blunts all the time, all the good shit. And then I'm looking up and I see this fucking forest and leaves, and I'm like, okay, this is it. This is like my last thing I'm gonna see when I go through this portal. I've entered the thing. And also in my mind I'm like, so when I, like, the week before I turned 21, that's when everything ends. Like, this is what life was about, to make it to the 21. This is what everyone always talks about,
Oh,
turning
shit.
21. And then I was like, fuck. And I end up in jail, and I fucking call my mom on the phone, and I'm like, okay, I'm definitely tripping balls. My mom's like, where are you at? I'm like, I'm in jail. She's like, what the fuck did you do? I was like, I crashed my car, and I'm fucking gone. Like, yeah, that's... Then what? I went into the cell, and when I got into the cell is when I actually knew I was, like, definitely having a bad trip. I was
Oh,
like, this
okay.
is it.
Damn,
What-
that's
What's up?
That's
Whoa,
crazy.
Yeah, that's wild. That's
Yeah, that was a wild ass night. I was tripping during the day, right? And like, it was cool. Like, I stepped outside of the door. I was like, what the fuck? This fucking smell. And then, so I walked to the gas station, whatever. I had a cool little trip before. And then, like, we get watching the Avatar and shit. I'm like, happy as shit.
Where's
I'm
your
happy as
bathroom at?
hell.
I'll show you real quick.
And then he's like, and then he came in.
Let's just go back.
Or I didn't know, didn't know, like, hey, what is life?
right.
I didn't know that though for a trip. Like,
I'll show you real quick.
it was my first time tripping. I only tripped once, like, forced.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to go through, because it does. I mean, for me, I'll tell the one experience, like the big experience I had when he gets back, because I have questions for him, because I kind of had some similar stuff like in my mind, but it kind of changes you once you come out of it, and it can be for the better or for the good, but
Right.
I don't know. Have you done it since?
Nah, I haven't messed with no psychs in a minute.
Yeah.
Do you want to, or do you think that was like your? Because that's my thing, is I'm still torn. I don't know if I ever want to or need to.
I don't know. We're gonna find out. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's definitely. Yeah.
psychedelics. There's something else, especially if you don't know what to expect.
Oh, yeah.
If you haven't had like any previous,
Exactly. That was my thing, is I didn't respect like the drug. Not to sound like a hippie or anything, but like I didn't respect what was going to happen to me, because the first time I did them, I did an eighth, which I don't know what transitions into grams. I'm not sure, but did an eighth, and it was great. Like, I had a good time. I hiked up this mountain. Like, nothing crazy happened. Like, I had some visuals, I had some mental, but it wasn't anything insane.
You just hyped?
Yeah, just hiked. I was with a couple friends.
That's pretty brave. I honestly, for real. Like,
Yeah.
You put me out there, I'll just I don't know where I'm gonna go.
Right? The second time I did it was with a group of people. Forrest was there, and I did a 1/4 ounce. And that was not the best time of my life. It was
At the mountain, yeah?
no, this was a different time. The mountain one was great. Like I had that helped me through some shit and like was fully positive. It was a good trip.
Right.
The 1/4 ounce trip was not like, but
Yeah.
looking back, it is. Like what I gained from that experience was definitely positive, but during the moment,
Right.
awful.
Right. Going through,
Going through those steps and
I don't know, like, if you got some, some heavy shit on you, you know what I mean? Like, and then to see it right in front of you,
exactly.
you know?
Because you want to put those heavy things, you want to put them back, and you don't want to think about them. You just like, your brain just lets those go to the back, and you just ignore it. But
Right.
Alcohol of pain, y'all. I'm back though, guys. Yeah, I washed my hands, so we're all good.
You're good, dude. So, Salty's here. Saint is live. Says, what's up, homies? How you doing,
up?
man?
what's up, Lampy Lamp Live?
Lampy Lamp Live says, do I drop this acid or wait?
Drop it.
I'd say probably drop it.
Drop it.
Might as well.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not saying kids do acid, but if you have acid.
Should have dropped it 2 hours ago.
But so I was waiting for you to come back. I wanted to tell you my like crazy experience because I have questions because there's some little bit of similarities. So I don't know grams. I don't know grams to ounces. I'm not sure, but I did a 1/4 ounce of mushrooms. And so I was at like an RV, what would you call it? Like
It's like a
RV park or something?
no.
no, it's like a
Trailer. Like
yeah.
a,
There's like a
park?
trailer and like
It's
a little
out.
cabin and things.
yeah,
and
like a
stuff.
little cabin, like out in the wilderness with him and a couple friends. And I took a 1/4 ounce and it started hitting me or whatever. And I went inside one of the cabins because it was cold. And I felt like the best way I can explain it, it's hard for me to explain because there was so much shit going through my head. It felt like I got birthed in that cabin. Like I couldn't remember anything except what's happened in the past like 10 minutes of my life. Like I thought that was the start of my life. I could recognize everyone in the room, but I couldn't like remember my family, my parents, like anyone else that ever was in my life, just what was happening then. And then I didn't remember who I was. So I had to go through this trip trying to like learn who I am and why I'm there. And it kind of sounds like for a minute there you were kind of going through something like you just didn't know what was going on. Now, what did you gain anything from it, or was it so negative of a trip that it was just all awful?
So, like, it's been a while since I've thought about it, but I've gained, so it took me about 2-3 months to actually, like, sit down and, like, puzzle together, like, this shit is real, like, it's happening. But what I gained from it is just, like, I can't put in words what I've gained from it. Like, I gained some shit from it, but, like, it wasn't, like, a negative experience. Is more of just like you need to stop fucking around. So like when you're younger, mushrooms are cool, it's fun. Like when you're adult and you're in the right situation, mushrooms are fun and stuff. I wasn't in the right mindset, I wasn't in the right place to take mushrooms and stuff. Like me personally, I like to take them at my house and just chill out and stuff. I went over to his cousin's house and I just fucking like, it just wasn't like from the get-go as I walked in there, like it's just not my place.
Right.
So like just from the get-go, I was feeling off, man, and it was just like, woo! But what I've learned from that is just like, I don't know, not to do it, like, in the wrong place. Me and him, we took some acid, I would say, what would you say, like 3 weeks ago? 4 weeks ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, we took some acid 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then we're going to go out to Salt Lake to go to U92 and get on to a show. This is off of the subject of what we were talking about. What I learned. But I ended up having to go into work, and he went to Salt Lake tripping balls, and he was feeling good. But I went into work, and like, I don't know, That was really good. Like, I think, like, psychedelics are really good for, like, learning certain things. Like, people talk about, I don't really call it woke. I just call it, like your third eye's open and all that kind of stuff. I say, like, a lot of people derive, like, what I've learned in my life and how, like, I'm open to a lot of things from taking psychedelics, but I just, like, it just came after I stopped doing psychedelics. I think psychedelics are, like, a step to the thing. I like it. So, like, you're saying when you took those mushrooms and stuff, you had to relearn everything?
Yeah.
That's basically where I was at, though, when I took them. Like I said, when I was, like, if I don't know that question, then my mom's never been real and all this has never been real and all that shit, like, it took a while to puzzle everything together when I got, because I went to jail that night, and when I got out of fucking jail, like, I was definitely gone for a while, man.
I bet.
That sounds like an awful night. Just the situations you were in.
Yeah, like dealing with, because that,
like not knowing like you're getting arrested. Like what's going on? You know, that sounds so shitty.
Yeah, it was like when I came to in the jail, I was definitely like, kind of fucked up. I got lucky though. I got something on my side, because like the prosecutor wanted to give me 5 months in jail.
Oh,
he wanted to give me like an $8,000 fine. The judge laughed at him and said, "I'm giving him 2 days if he wants to do 2 days in jail, and then $1,000 fine, and then a year of probation." Like,
oh wow, that could
have been
wonderful. Yeah,
I could have got fucked, man. I just like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of good on my side right now.
Right.
But like I was telling him earlier, I got like the yin and yang right here.
Yeah.
He's been having like a hard time and stuff with his mind. I think everyone's having a hard time in life with their mind. But I think
right
like,
now it seems like I keep hearing a lot of people like right now everyone seems down for sure. I've heard like tons. You know, I was doing the podcast like for sure something's going on right now. It seems.
Yeah, I think I'd say like there's the people that like I don't know. When I look at people, like you have the people that are like they smile in a certain context, but I get like I get like the true sense of like a person. Like I look at someone and then they're smiling with this person, and I look at them and they're all like right after they're done smiling, and they're
like,
just
I see you faking.
Yeah, but it's all good. Like I don't believe in fake it to make it, but fake it to make it sometimes. But
it might help sometimes. Yeah,
it helps. I say like I don't know, like with people like it's just hard right now. Like with that negative though, eventually comes like the positive.
Yeah, for sure.
The dark and the light always.
I think it's a constant battle too. Like once you can get out of that battling the darkness, the light's gonna be so bright that it feels fantastic. Because I went through it and now I live pretty happily. Like I don't go through my day depressed or have anxiety like unfortunately a lot of people are going through right now, and it took a long battle to get to that point, but it can be beat.
I understand that. Like, so with the battle and shit, like a lot of people are talking to me about how my house burnt and shit. Like, are you okay? I know stuff's bad. I'm like, I'm good. Like, I was like depressed for so fucking long. I don't want to ever deal with that again. So like being like sad and shit over the situation that I've been going through, there's no point in that. Like,
it's not gonna help.
Not at all. Like at the end of the day, just fucking like I'm trying to face my demons head on, like straight up. Like
that's the best way to do it.
So I got one more. I got not one more. We got a lot more questions, but like the question you're saying, like the world. You guys think the Earth's alive and shit?
Yeah, I think it's
like there's like a living being, almost like nature and everything. So it's reacting to what we do on it. So, like if we start polluting it too much, it's gonna start causing natural disasters or something. Almost like I
feel like
trying to survive.
I feel like it's all one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
It's all one consciousness. Interacting with something.
Yeah, definitely.
Everything.
Do you think that we have natural bonds with people too, like regardless of who they are or how they act?
I believe so.
I kind of do too.
It's an interaction on these different frequencies.
Yeah,
right.
That's my belief.
I agree with you. Like we don't really know like what's going on. Maybe there's a plan for all of us, but for sure I'd say we're all connected.
We've been having a lot of people who come into our chat too when we get on topics like this, and one of our mods or like moderators of the channel and someone who used to come in a lot. I don't want to like quote his point of view, but his point of view is that we're kind of like almost like receptors to a brain. So while we're here, we're gaining knowledge of what's going on, and then when we pass on, we go back to the main brain and give that information, and then we're back to do it again.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of like the cycle, like the reincarnation life. Like, a lot of people are starting to believe in that again, as the reincarnation, instead of you pass on and go into a heaven, that we're just like on a, not necessarily like a repeating cycle, but on a cycle that is bigger than what we can understand while we're alive.
Right.
And
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I think that, for me personally, I think that's a better, I hope that is more of what it is than like a heaven or hell.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why I like Hinduism and stuff, like Buddhism, because like, they think like we all get, like, we almost live, like, we're all one consciousness and we live every life. So pretty much like, if you're rude to someone, it's almost like you're being rude to yourself, because you're going to live that life at some point too. And I was like, that's crazy to think about, like, So
Karma?
just being, karma, exactly. Just being good to everyone.
And the real karma, because like you see all these, I don't know, people on Twitter like, I hope karma gets that bitch, or like,
It's always Mormons.
yeah, it's always Mormons, but it's never like, the whole karma thing is just to live your life selfless.
Yeah.
Don't help people.
It's like, you're
and
doing
don't
it.
expect things
You're
back.
doing it just because you're a good person, not because you want the reward of like, oh yeah, I helped this old woman out, so maybe a good thing will happen to me. It's like, no, you're just being a good person, be a good person.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think we see a lot of the opposite, like the not good side of that, with social media being so prominent now, because, I could give money or food or help to someone in need, but it seems like the people who do that nowadays
Doing it to show they did
do it to show that they did it. They'll like have their phone out, Snapchat, like, oh, just help this guy out, or like put it on Instagram. Like,
Right.
I get it.
I
like,
I mean, like, I know it's kind of a shitty thing to do, but like, I think it's like a double-edged sword, because like people will see that video and they're like, I want to help out now. So it's good and bad, because
Right.
if they're posting the video, for likes, then it's dumb. But if they're doing it because like, hey, maybe someone else will see this video and do it, then
Like
that's good. But
like
if they're doing it for the likes, then
like the pay it forward thing that
Yeah.
people have been doing. I can respect that, because I like seeing people who help get what they deserve, and if it is YouTube money or whatever it is, more power to them, as long as they're going to keep helping. But I don't know. What's your guys' take on social media?
So, I was gonna ask you guys this. You guys tell me after. So, like, my fucking take on social motherfucking media is that shit, like, depending on what you use it for, like, so you guys are making your podcast, you guys use
just
that.
promote.
Yeah, like, you guys got the Wesley and Forrest
Yeah.
fucking Facebook. You guys use that to promote, like you're saying, promote me. I want to use it for promote, but in all realities, I'm, like, sitting at home, like, I have a million better fucking things I could do with my time, and then I just, like, whip out my phone. That's why I put it over here. I told them before I got in here I was going to turn off my phone so I don't fucking get all, like, nervous and touch it, and then Facebook, Snapchat, but yeah, like, I think it's just
I do it for sure too.
Just a bunch of click all day, fucking hopeless. Like, I was sitting out front watching a video, and I'm like, I had to turn off. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching this video for? My mind gets me. My mind, like, I don't know, like, with my mind too, off of the top. We'll come back to social media, but my mind, like, I was drinking the other day. I've been kind of drinking a lot more, but like, I have like the drunk mind, and then the other one that's like, what the fuck are you doing with yourself? Like, are you for real right now? Like, do you want to do what you want to do, or do you want to do this? And I'm like, I definitely want to do this. So, like, moderate. Like, a time like this, drink, talk, have fun, but, like, every day, no.
Yeah.
What's your guys' I'm going to ask him real quick, too.
Yeah.
What's your take on social media, bro?
Social media, it really should just be a tool.
Yeah.
Like, we naturally go forward. We already got what we had. Just being open to more of what's to come.
Right.
And how to use it.
Right.
Because really, it is a tool.
It is. Absolutely.
To further ourselves, like
career-wise,
we
or
move
just
with the times. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. And too many people use it the wrong way, like, not as a tool, because it is, like you said, a tool, and it can be used in good and a bad way.
Right, and that's where the choice comes in.
Yeah.
And sadly, my outlook on it is definitely more negative, because I think at the start you're exactly right. It is a tool, like it can help with so many things, like so many businesses have been created through social media. So many people have made, their dreams come true through social media, whether it be music or podcasts or any kind of content creation. Like, and that's amazing that people can make their dreams come true a lot easier now. On the flip side of it, Facebook and Twitter especially are so toxic. The people,
I've deleted my Twitter so many times.
the people, like, I don't understand this new age thing where everyone has to turn everything into an argument. And I don't understand that, because, like,
Right.
even if you're passionate about something, like let's say Forrest is a God-fearing Christian. All right, and he's passionate about it. And I'm a complete opposite. I'm an atheist or something. Why can't Forrest and I talk about our differences and get along? Like, why can't I be like, oh, so why do you believe in that? And he'll give me a reason. And he'll be like, well, why don't you believe in a God? Why can't there be more of that instead of, fuck you, you're crazy, you're a loser, you're a piece of shit, you're a scum, you're going to hell, and then I'm on the opposite, like, you're stupid, you're brain dead, like...
Because everyone thinks their mindset's better than the other person, so they think they're they think their argument's the right one.
Right.
They're not looking at it from both sides.
Well, we got 2 ears and 1 mouth.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. I just hope that as it progresses, as social media progresses, that there's less of that toxicity.
Dog.
It's true, though, yeah.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Like he said, like you guys are saying, like, why can't there be, like, the combination? I think that is, too, like, I'd say for a while, like, even right now, I'm still working on it for a while. It's like, I have a friend that's, like, really religious, and I'm like, I could fucking show you facts.
Right.
But it's like, in all reality, it's like, if that's what's gonna fucking help you live the life that you want to live, do it. Do what the fuck makes you happy.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I say. As long as they're being a good person, believe in whatever they believe in, then, like, hey, do it, I've heard, like, because I know plenty of people that turn their lives around because of, like, religion. And, like, I was like, yeah, if that's what it took for you to, be the
Take
best
that
person
step.
you can be, then do it.
Are y'all religious?
No.
Nah, I grew up religious. Like, my family is Mormon, but...
Yeah, I'm Mormon on paper, too.
Yeah, but, it just wasn't for me. Like, I understand the good it can come. Like, it helps people for sure.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just not for me, so...
A lot of religions, I ain't religious myself, but I grew up Mormon. One thing I could say about religion is, like, if you live that by the book, it ain't a bad lifestyle.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely not.
It has a lot, it brings a lot to karma.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A lot of good to karma, so.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I agree with you, and that's...
Too many people are fake.
That's one problem, and I think especially around here, being LDS is almost like to show face, to, like, show everyone else that you're LDS.
Mm-hmm.
I respect, and we've talked about this a lot, I respect people a whole shit ton more when they are 100% in on something. If you're 100% Mormon, Christian, Catholic, whatever you want to be, I respect that. But it's when it's the pick and choose that I kind of like, well, why aren't you just this or not? Because, like, the pick and choose, it seems like you're kind of bad-mouthing your religion in the way, like, oh, well, I'm okay with these parts, but I'm not okay with these parts of the religion.
Yeah.
And maybe, I guess to me, it just seems like you're being fake with yourself. Because if you don't believe in something fully, do you really believe in it at all?
You're doing it for other people, not yourself.
Right.
Right.
And I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you've ever had friends who go on their missions who you're like, how the fuck are you going on your mission? Like, you were just drinking 2 weeks ago, dude. Like, and I feel bad because I almost feel like the people who do that are pressured, whether it be from the church you go to or your family or whatever. I feel bad because it's a long time in your life to devote to something you might not actually believe in, but you just want to make sure your family's happy.
Right.
And it's kind of a bummer.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you have, like, a pretty good perspective on, like, people going on missions? You told me something about it, like...
On missions, man, yep. I was drinking with the missionaries. It was cool. Yeah. I mean, it's good to see someone take a step towards something positive, though.
Yeah, for sure.
2 years is cool training.
Yeah, definitely.
There's some young boys, like, straight out of high school. That's a big step.
It is, for
this
sure.
dude don't even know what what he wants to do with his life, but he gonna go give 2 years.
Exactly.
It's something.
Learn responsibility.
Yeah, it's commendable. I say.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely.
You're willing to sacrifice that much, like, especially at that young of an age. It's definitely.
For something you never seen physically.
Yeah.
Well, and I also think too that the ones who do decide to go on it, either if it is pressured or not, it does seem when they come back, they have a full answer. They're either they go out and they do their mission and they come back and they're like, you know what, I learned so much that I realize I'm not LDS. Or the flip side, they go and they're kind of on the fence and they come back and they're like, I get it now. I'm full blown. I've experienced it. That happened with one of our good friends. His name's Tyler. I won't say his last name just because I don't know if he wants to talk about it. It seemed like, from my perspective, it seemed like he was kind of putting off going on his mission because he wasn't sure. His family was super like, hey, go, like, we want you to go. He finally went, and I can't remember, I think he went to Texas, Spanish speaking, so he had to learn a whole new language. He had to, go to a whole different culture. Because, I mean, even out of Utah, almost all the culture's different. Utah's a very specific culture. He had to deal with all that. He had to go and, like, break through his kind of, like, shyness. Knocking on doors. Like, I knocked on doors for, like, a job. It's hard as fuck. Yeah. Like, you got to build up that confidence to walk up to that first door and, like, actually try and talk to someone who doesn't know you're coming.
Right.
So I definitely agree with you. Like, it builds characteristics, like, strong characteristics. I just wish that the ones who get pressured I just hope they don't end up hating it even more and then resent the people who pressured them,
Right.
Because then it's fully negative, sadly.
Yeah. Lampy Lamp in the chat says, too many parents bribe their kids. I knew so many people that got school paid for / cars. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, definitely.
Or some fruit. You guys need to eat a salad. Or some fruit.
You don't like me being thick, dude? Leave me alone. I like being thick.
Can I have some of this?
Yeah.
Hey.
Welcome to the internet.
We're naturally big. He's Polynesian. They're usually muscly. He's not even big. Y'all just talking nonsense. Fucking.
Yeah, that's the internet. That's what happens. Usually.
Yeah, growing up in Utah is a cool place. What were you gonna say?
What's y'all's music? What y'all listen to?
Rap and hip hop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite rapper?
Depends on my mood.
You know the answer to that.
I know it's Kendrick Lamar. He's just since I first listened to him, because I got put on Section 80 when it came out, and I just ever since then I've been following him in his career, and I just think he's hard to beat. Like, he has a lot to say. He has a good message. I think this last album was it had really good songs on it, but it seemed like some of it was to make some money, which I respect. Like, right. You need to start making money when you get to a certain point. Yeah, I think he's definitely my best. What about you guys?
First Demon Cock says, hell yeah, Kool-Aid, this shit tight.
Who's Demon Cock?
I don't know, but I like the name.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
What about you guys? What's your guys' favorite?
Favorite rapper all time? I gotta say Tupac. Like,
yeah.
Sounds generic, but
it's a good answer.
He comes with too many messages, you know what I mean? Like, he overflow your ears with something.
I know, I was gonna say before you said that, I was gonna say Biggie or Tupac, but
I think Tupac was I wish I was my age during the time he was going.
I love Biggie's flow, but Tupac has more of a message, I think.
Tupac was so impactful in the community, and then so impactful just around the world. I mean, was he the first rapper that really made, like, he did it all? He did movies, he did, obviously his music, but I mean, LL Cool J was probably the first ginormous rapper who started breaking the barriers, but
I couldn't even tell you.
Run DMC.
Yeah, Run DMC.
Yeah, for sure.
Forgot about him. He's
KRS-One.
Yeah,
KRS motherfucking one.
KRS.
Personally, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna say like a big gumbo of like Led Zeppelin, Marvin Gaye, fucking Tupac,
yeah.
Nas. Throw it in there with some Guru, which is the Gang Star. There's too many to fucking like name. And then like I don't know, I have to put in some J. Cole, Kendrick. Kendrick has this song called Dreams. He's like, what if a dream was reality and reality was a dream? Life ain't as easy or it ain't as simple as it seems. What if real life situations actually happen and all this shit was artificial? And he wrote that when he was like fucking 16.
Right.
And it's like the deepest shit. And then as you're listening to the song, he's like, I lost you, didn't I? Because like as it plays, it's at the point where your mind starts to wander. And he's like, if you're wandering, replay it. You replay it, play through that part, and you're just like, the fuck are you doing?
At such a young age, he was able to like, I don't know. It still blows my mind going and listen to any shit that he's done. I'm so glad you said J. Cole. I have been as I've been told online by people that I am a J. Cole dick writer. I don't understand this whole dick writing thing that's like a part of the rap community.
What about his new album though? You guys like J. Cole's new album?
Do you know what it stands for? KOD? It stands for Kill Our Demons.
I was gonna say I think I fucking know, but
So like, I watched an interview about it last night. Like, it kind of sounds poppy, but he's like, that's the whole point of the album. He's like, all these people, like, they think I'm talking shit about them on the album, but it's really like, you guys inspired my music, but like, I'm going to still stay on my tip and like, wake these people up.
I hated it the first time I listened to it, because I thought that he switched from
a message to
to something else.
ignorant.
But after I went back and listened through it again, I'm like, okay, because he started like bad talking his mom on one of the things, and I was like, what is this? Like all of his like, you know, the whole rest of his library has been, his mom was like big positivity, and I was like, what? But he wasn't actually shit talking. The bars were so layered that I didn't catch it the first time around. I was like, oh, he's.
I don't know if it's more of like you're saying, like against his mom. I think it's either about what his mom has gone through,
Right,
or it's someone else's story, because also he portrays a lot of like his friends' stories that have to do with like my future music. You're gonna hear that kind of stuff. Like my friends, like I have friends that can't like portray what the fuck they want to say, so like I'm gonna spit that for them.
Right. No, that's what I was saying. Is like the first time I went through, I was like, that's what I thought he was saying, was that he was bad talking his mom. And I'm like, that kind of goes against everything he's always said. But you're right. I think he was saying like from her perspective, or from a friend's perspective.
Let's answer some of the chats real quick. So Demon Cox says Shannon.
Oh, it's Shannon?
And then Biggie was better. Respect to Tupac, but Biggie was talented. Nice hat geek. What flavor vape? I have no idea.
It's like a watermelon. It's not that good.
And then
Probably
J.
lemon
Cool, more like J. Drool. Let me kiss you, please, bro. Which one of you has the biggest cock? Jesus. Okay.
It's Friday night.
Yeah, it is Friday night, exactly.
But speaking of Tupac real quick, did you see Suge Knight's son said that he's like, Tupac's alive, we're about to drop a Tupac record.
Oh yeah.
He was also talking about like the night that he said Tupac was alive.
Yeah.
He's like, these people have been following me all over and all this kind of shit.
Oh shit.
Trying to get him like off the subject of Tupac being alive.
Oh.
I didn't hear what you said, but you were gonna say something. What kind of music are you into?
Oh shit. I don't know. I try to mix it up. The only thing I've tried so many times. The only thing I can't do is country. I've tried. There's some country songs I like some old school Johnny Cash, stuff like that. But like, I don't know. Like this new stuff seems just too poppy for me. Like, I just can't do it. But yeah, I like pretty much. I try to mix it up. You know, I don't know what my favorite is. Like, I think my favorite band is Blink-182. Like, but I don't know. I try to mix it up. I listen to pretty much everything. I try to every week listen to new albums that come out. So.
I gotta get with the country, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, the country, they saying something.
Who would you
I'm trying. That's what I'm saying. I've tried, but like, let's see. Who's the fucking one dude? The dude that sings Tennessee Whiskey.
Chris Stapleton.
Chris Stapleton.
I like him. Yeah, I like him too.
He's smooth.
He is, and he's got that. He's got so much soul in his voice. That's
he used
what
to
I
write
appreciate.
for all the other country artists,
Yeah.
and then he finally started doing his own thing. But
Y'all heard of Alan Stone?
Alan
No.
Stone.
That white boy, man, looks like a little nerd and shit. And then he gets singing.
Killing.
I think my
Alan
thing is
Stone.
like I just haven't heard the right stuff. Like people like, I don't know.
I don't like the main dudes. Like I don't like Blake Shelton's music. I don't like Kenny Chesney or you know If they're wearing Wrangler jeans and they're wearing Wrangler
think
jeans because they want to be seen wearing Wrangler jeans, I'm not about it.
I just think a lot of fake country, but yeah, like you said, there are some good ones for
I
sure.
like Zac Brown Band.
Me too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're real good.
Rascal Flatts.
Yeah, Rascal Flatts got some good music. And I like old country too, like
Yeah, I love the outlaw country.
like Waylon Jennings and guys like that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's not that I hate country. I
Me
guess
neither.
I just
That's
hate
what I was
like,
saying. I was like, now that I realize, it's not that I don't like it, just that I've listened to the wrong stuff.
Now, I want to ask you guys a question about rap and today's, like, right now, like, what's the word? Like, what's going on in rap? Because it seems what's popular is obviously this heavy, you know, the Migos, trap type music. But then we're also got this, I don't want to even call it underground anymore, but this growing genre of like this, I've seen it quoted as emo rap. I don't want to call it emo rap.
So like Suicide Boys.
Suicide Boys.
Yeah.
Like,
Lil Peep was saying.
where do you think that is sprouting from? Because obviously, like, they're popular for a reason. People are listening to it. It's not that they're just shitty artists, even though some people think they are. Do you think it's they are portraying a lot of people's voice that don't have it, or
So, like, I'd say with the Suicide Boys, I'm not going to talk shit about them, but the Suicide Boys sound like 3-6 Mafia. And then, like, I don't know, by all means, make your hustle.
right?
I don't agree with all of their messages and stuff, but obviously they know how to bring in a person into listening to their music. But also, like, the generation now, they're attracted to other things. Like, what people were attracted to back in the day doesn't make sense now. Like, back in the day, it was like, let's talk about real stuff and let's talk about what's happening and all that kind of stuff. But there's also that music still coming out. You just got to find it.
Right.
Like trap music, like, there's probably like 5 that I'll listen to, but other than that, like, not my thing. Don't agree with your message, but you know how to bring people in, you know how to do your hustle, you obviously know how to work your voice for this fucking certain thing, so, like, do what the fuck you're gonna do.
I agree, because, like, I used to talk a bunch of shit on Lil Pump, but I was like, man, he's doing his thing. I can't hate. He's making money. He's made a career out of.
He's fucking 19
Yeah.
or something like
For
that.
real?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy to think that
Not even
he's.
20?
No.
I don't even think he's 20 yet.
So that's what I was saying. Like, I can't.
Yeah. if he's 20, he's barely turned 20, and it's
that's
crazy.
what I'm saying. I can't hate. Like whether I like his music or not, he's doing his thing. I can't.
So like with Little Pump, so like it all started from like, so someone heard something by him, and then from that they invested their money into what Little Pump was gonna do. So like Little Pump right now, he's probably making like 20, 30. I'm just spouting out numbers, but he's like making a certain percentage, and then whoever paid for him to get like everything that he has, like the videos and all that stuff, because he might have been selling drugs or he might not have, but like whether he paid for it or someone else did, like he's getting like 20 or 40% of whatever he's doing.
Well, I also think we're in an age now too where it's like character rap, and
Or people like the character there. Like
Yeah,
the
like-
person is.
I don't think I hope. I mean, maybe he is. I don't judge either way, but I think Lil Pump's a character. I don't think Lil Pump is really screaming Gucci Gang every 10 minutes at his house. I think Lil Pump is smarter than we would think he is, and that all these like videos of him doing wild shit are all his character. And I think you see that with like Migos and Cardi B and, you know, all these big rappers. I think they're characters, whereas in like 90s, like,
They know what sells, like 2 Chainz.
yeah, like 2 Chainz. We all know 2 Chainz is a character. Fucker's got a master's degree in English. Like, that's definitely a character. But, you know, in the 90s, I don't think there was that many characters. I don't think Biggie was a character.
No, definitely not.
Tupac wasn't a character. I don't think even Jay-Z was much of a character. You know,
I was gonna say it depends on if you listen to their diss tracks or not. The people that they say about him, like Common talking about Jay-Z or Nas.
but it seems like there's less of like people being themselves and more of like this character because it sells. I'm curious if you guys have any input on that.
As far as characters, I see, like, man, shit. Everybody throwing a little face, man.
Yeah.
You know? There ain't nobody want to step out, like, vulnerable as fuck.
No.
Right.
You know, what the truth is, that shit hurts sometimes.
Definitely.
Shit. But then there's some that's just, fuck it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Right.
And fucking look up on it and naturally move forward because that's what we do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Move the
agree.
mind with the time.
I agree.
I was actually my friend was saying the bars, and I heard what he was saying at my other friend, like his older brother's house, and he caught it. But like I have this song that I writ. It was more for like a girl. It's like, what does it go? It's like, I get high off your memory. You were a razor to my wrist, maybe my enemy. Most settle for a, or little settle for, or most settle for a bitch, not a goddess or a queen. You belittled me. I lost my self-esteem. With the LSD, the feeling of love really wasn't a thing. Deep inside my thing, all the shit is eating at me. To bond and connect is one of the means of finding something. Love me, and you will always love the supreme. I'm flowing with you on a certain frequency. Do you love me, or do you just love my entity? And like, I don't know, like he was listening to that and he was like, yo, like
bars.
Yeah,
What just happened?
that shit's
fucking
bad.
dope, dude. That's good.
That was deep, bro.
That's deep for sure. I love it.
My friend wanted to make a song about like the girls. Like I had a girl that was fucking me over a long time ago.
Yeah.
Fuck her. And then he had a girl that was fucking with him at the moment. So I was like, I got something. I can say something right
Dude,
now.
I dig that, man.
See, and I think we're all on the same page, and none of us really. I mean, do you listen to much of the trap music or like the Migos stuff like that?
I catch new shit, you know, like some of it's catchy.
Oh,
Yeah, for sure.
catchy.
That's the thing. It's catchy.
Y'all ever heard of 03 Greedo?
03 Greedo.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Definitely.
think I have.
That motherfucker right there, he be saying something. You know, he come from here. It just sounds funny.
Isn't he still in jail or is he out?
The same.
Isn't he in jail or did he get out?
I think he's still locked up.
Damn.
I think so too. I always see Free Greedo on fucking Twitter. So.
Hell yeah. Greedo's tight.
But yeah, I was gonna say is like, I don't know what it is. Like, I hate to. I guess I'm just gonna bash some people, and I really didn't want to ever bash people, but I think the music for like the people who really enjoy Migos and Lil Pump and this new age of trap music like their music not deep. They like their music straight in your
catchy.
face.
It's just
yeah,
fucking...
and like I'll lie, like if Bad and Bougie comes on, I catch myself dancing. I'm like, this song's fucking catchy as shit.
And that's in the part where
No, you're good.
social media comes in. You know, like everybody got a little computer in their pocket.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So, there's, you know, whatever's gonna push
Yeah,
and become popular. You know, that's
people. Yeah,
That's why I think a lot of them, they know what sells, so why would they change, you know? Like, they may have, like, a better message they want to put, but they're making money. Like, I hate the term sellout because, like, you know, it's tough. I think, like, you know, someone offered me a big check, you know, being broke. Like, I was like, shit, you know, if I can make some money. But, I don't know, I think I'd still try to push a message, too, that I feel is good.
hell yeah.
Now I want to know your two's opinion on two people. Logic? What do you guys think about him?
I love Logic.
Yeah?
What you think?
Logic, he's Logic.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think he can spit
Shit.
for sure. Like, I can't disagree that
He's got all kinds of different, like, I don't know. He's real choppy with it,
yeah,
and he gets. He's intelligent. He's
Yeah,
got
for
his
sure.
words.
Yeah.
You know.
And because that's the big one right now going around is Logic's a sellout.
I don't know. I can't hate him, man.
I can't either. I think
A sellout, like, in what way?
that he went from being underground and doing like hard rap to like this new like what's that Suicide Hotline song, and like
people think,
I respect that song for what it is too, because like that was like the first song to get out that's I take that
first,
back,
but, like,
definitely I think one of the most top charting songs to get out there that's about suicide and you know
if you don't say, I don't know, me personally, I write from here. I don't, you know, I know words, I know, but feeling that I feel that's what makes it timeless. Like Bone Thugs First of the Month.
oh shit,
Everybody relates to it. It's gonna happen forever.
Yeah,
as long
constant.
as we all still in America.
Yeah,
you know, there's still families out there fucking going through that shit.
Timeless song.
Yeah, Bone Thugs. Well, like all their shit's good.
Yeah.
So I got like one thing to say about Logic. I actually watched the documentary about the dude who put Logic on the Def Jams. The dude who put Logic on the Def Jam is a producer named No ID. No ID made Common's first album, like pretty much all the beats. He collabed with another person. He made all the beats for Chocolate Like Water, which is it's a Green album by him. And then I think he made another album for Common. Produced the whole 44 or 444 Jay-Z album that Jay-Z just dropped.
Yeah.
He's produced a lot of stuff, but he's like talking about Logic. He's like, at first he like heard Logic and he was like, blah, blah. Then he said he sat down in his car or something and actually listened to Logic and was like, okay. And he's like, this dude's cool. And he said he went to a show, and when he went to Logic's show, he was like, this motherfucker has a whole fan base, like whole arena sold out, and he's not even on a record label or anything yet. And he said at that moment, he's like, we're signing and put him on. And then he sat down with Def Jams, because most record labels and all that kind of stuff, like whatever business it is, they want like a hit, like something out of you, something worth money, all that kind of stuff. He sat down with the owners and shit and said, I don't want him signed to this label. Like, I want him signed to this label, but I don't want him to be like, you guys to worry about him dropping a single and all that stuff, because everyone wants the hot single.
Yeah,
it's like, let him work on the albums, because the albums is what he does. That's where he's comfortable at. Comfortable at. He has his own fucking fan base, all that kind of shit. And then like, that's where the 1-800 hotline, like, that came out like years after he was signed with Def Jam.
Yeah.
Like he said, like, we got to just wait for it, because in time the single will come, like whatever the single is.
Yeah, like there's gonna be a hit from his.
See, I'm definitely a fan, because like, that's the hot one right now. Is everyone's like, Logic's trash now. Like, he got signed and he's fucking garbage.
I think
like,
people just hate mainstream. I did for a long time. Just hated the mainstream people because everyone liked him. I was like, it's probably shitty, but there's a reason everyone likes him.
Then the other one I want to know about, before I tell you who it is, I've been a fan for a while. I still am a fan. And I get lots of hate for it. It's Russ.
Fuck with Russ.
Yeah.
Russ is real.
Yeah.
Russ fucking, people don't like Russ.
I think people don't like Russ is because people don't like Russ because they see other people don't like Russ. It's popular to hate Russ, but he makes, some good shit.
It was definitely the Lil Peep thing too. Pissed a lot of people off because he came out talking shit after Lil Peep died of drugs. Which, he was saying...
He said something like, not like he's not... He deserved to die, but he's like, if you're going to do drugs, this is what's going to happen.
Right.
And then when Mac Miller passed, he was like, rest in peace, Mac Miller, this is unfortunate. It's like, dude, like, you literally just talked shit on Pete for overdosing, like... So, that's why a lot of people hated Russ for a long time, is because he talked shit on Pete, and then... I
don't even pay attention to, like, all the drama in there.
Yeah, that's a reason that a lot of people
screw that.
I just say Russ had like 22 full albums before he even put a song on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
So like he says he was 22 steps ahead before he ever put out like something on SoundCloud. And he said his next goal was to build a fan base on SoundCloud.
He's huge for sure. Even with all that, he sells out arenas.
Yeah.
So.
Sells out huge arenas. He rapped about it too. He made a song about it, and then it fucking, like, that shit definitely manifested. He fucking had that shit come true, and I was like,
Damn, I feel like we could probably talk music for hours, because I got, like, so many artists. I'm curious what your opinion is. Like,
Chance. What about Chance the Rapper?
Yeah, Chance.
While you're on it.
What's your guys' opinion before I say something?
It took me a while to get into him, but I love that he's a different genre of music. He's kind of like it's almost like a jazz type thing.
I like him. I don't know. I respect him for, he didn't have a record label, and,
Does this play two things at once? Can you, like, go on YouTube and look something up?
Yeah, we can show stuff.
We can't play music, though. That's not ours, yeah.
Well, just because YouTube, like, it's fine if we play it now, but when we put it on YouTube, they just, like, cut out the sound of this, like, whole section if music was playing in the background. Like, if we want, we can play music at the end of this.
Yeah.
At the end of the podcast, we can, give our opinions on it, and it'll be on Twitch, we can talk about music on here, but on YouTube. So we can always do that, like, at the end of this, play music, see what we like. But...
What do you guys think then about Chance?
I like Chance a lot. He just came out with a song, 2018. It goes, what is it? I might need security, and the beat's like, fuck you, and it's a Jamie Foxx stand-up from the 90s, and they just turned the bitch into a beat. Yeah.
Jamie Foxx is so dope.
Yeah. Jamie Foxx is the shit.
He does everything.
He's playing Mike Tyson in Mike Tyson's movie he's making. Like, he's gonna come out all fucking ripped and shit, and I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Did you, have you seen, I don't know if, like, do you watch Joe Rogan's podcast and all?
All the time.
Have you seen Jamie Foxx on Joe Rogan's when he was talking about Kanye?
Yeah.
He's like, this fucking kid, we didn't know who he was. It's when he made, what song is it?
Slow Jams?
Yeah, Slow Jams. He's like, yeah, we had no idea. He's like, just met this kid, Kanye West. And yeah, that's dope hearing him tell their stories.
He said he made that song, and he didn't think it was gonna be shit.
Yeah.
He went in there to sing, and he's all like, said he started like, ooh,
Yeah.
and he's like, no, cut that. That's not what we want. We
Yeah.
don't want that shit on this track. And then he did we want some Marvin Gaye,
Yeah.
some Luther Vandross, a little Menina, and then that shit. He said like a couple months later, like it just.
Old school Kanye is so dope.
I love old school Kanye. What's your guys' like opinion about new Kanye?
I don't know. I can't tell if he's doing this, like, his stuff, like, you know, acting out, like, you know, saying, like, his MAGA stuff, Trump. Like, I don't know if he's doing this to sell records, because it seems like he comes out at, like, he'll be, like, not, like, social media or anywhere, and then he's about to drop an album, and all of a sudden he's, like, come out of nowhere, you know? He's gonna be on Joe Rogan, so, like, I just don't know if he's doing this to sell albums, or if he's, like, actually wild now, so.
Did you say he's gonna be on Joe Rogan?
Yeah, he's gonna be on Joe Rogan's.
When?
This year, him and Joe Rogan just tweeted, he's like, me and Kanye have been talking, we don't know what the date is, but we'll be soon, me and Kanye.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
I wanna watch.
Yeah, so, like, I just don't know what Kanye we're gonna get on the podcast. Are we gonna get, like, wild Kanye, like, saying shit, like, what the fuck is he talking about? Or is he gonna be, like, you know, deep talking messages? But I have no idea. But
I say, like, some of Kanye doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
But some of it makes, like,
I've always been a
sense.
Kanye fan. Like, I don't know. I think Kanye's dope. A lot of people hate him, but
his music has been fantastic. Like, some of it I didn't fuck with. I did not like Life of Pablo.
I like Life of Pablo.
I didn't like
Yeezus.
Yeezus.
Yeezus more trap, but I like both of them.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of either of those. The newer album was pretty good. It has
the one where he's like, I hate being bipolar. It fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
Yeah.
And then I like the Life of Pablo. I like that song. He's like, I just met this model. And she
Yeah,
bleached your asshole.
Yeah.
If I could bleach my t-shirt.
With Cudi? What do you?
Yeah.
Do you like Kid Cudi?
Yeah. I like
I
Kid
like Kid
Cudi.
Cudi.
So like Kid Cudi talks about when he first like dropped like Day and Night and all that shit. Like his message is to like save depressed people and kids from suicide. But he's like, at that moment, I wasn't feeling that. He's like, I was just like trying to get that out for people.
Yeah.
He's like, I was not feeling myself. He was like doing hella coke.
Yeah, I've seen
all
that
that
interview.
shit.
It's like, yeah, it's crazy.
You want to know something weird? A song turns 10 years old this year.
Which one? Day and Night? Damn.
Isn't that fucking weird?
That's
I was in
crazy.
fucking 7th grade.
Yeah.
Shit.
I was fucking 6th grade.
Yeah, we would have been 8th grade, 2008.
2008, 8th grade.
Yeah,
That's weird, bro.
Yeah, that's an old.
Fucking time.
yeah. Time is a son of a bitch sometimes, but
Yeah. It was fucking
Did you like
quick.
guys like Kids See Ghosts, the Kanye Kid Cudi album?
Yeah.
I liked it too.
I still don't. I don't know what it is.
I think it's dope. I've listened to it so many times.
Y'all got some more water?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
can grab one for you.
I'll take one too.
Yeah, I'll just grab a bunch. We can stick it in here.
I don't know what it was. I've gone through the Kids See Ghosts like 3 times now. Oh, the trash is behind him on the.
Can you toss that, please?
Which one of y'all have the biggest dick? Obviously not me. I have a fucking tic tac.
I was gonna say, I'm a skinny
Thank you,
white
man.
guy. What do you think?
But yeah,
Trolls.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we're saying.
my
They'll come and go, but
my thing with Kanye too is I just
they'll give us views. So
Exactly.
like Forrest. I don't know if Kanye is just like I was saying earlier a character. If he's not a character, I'm not about it. If he's really that type of person,
he might
it's
be.
just-
He talks about how like after his mom or like the botched plastic surgery really messed him up. So
Mhm.
who knows?
Well, they all like even if you listen to his old interviews, like Kanye's always had that arrogance and is always.
That's why
like,
I fucking love him. Like a lot of people hate that shitty.
I liked the old arrogance. I loved it, on the next Jesus, like all this type of shit, like some of the quotes he had. But now it seems like way more forced, like way over the top. Like,
like he's trying to be what he used to be.
yeah, and he doesn't know how to do it.
I got you.
And I don't think he should be like. I don't think you should ever revert back to the old you. Like
Just
we're
be
always
yourself.
progressing as humans. Like,
Mhm.
if in the moment, if he wanted to stop doing music or he thinks like he's pressured and doing shit, like just don't do it. Like
Yeah.
you're Kanye West.
Yeah.
Like,
So switch a subject. What do you guys think about aliens?
Ooh, I think they're real, to be honest. Like, I don't know. It's like the one thing that I'm like, I think they're, whether or not they've been here, I think they're real. Like, it's kind of hard to say with all this out there that there's no other life that's ever happened. Like, even if it's not right now, there's got to be life that's happened at some point in the universe. I don't know. I think they've been here too, to be honest.
Yeah, I had an experience with my dad just here in Bountiful that, I was always a believer. I always thought, like, oh, yeah, I mean, it makes sense. Like,
There's other life.
The universe is never ending. It's got to be other people out there. We were driving up 1500 to go to the Wells Fargo, where the Gold's Gym or Vasa is, and we pulled into the parking lot. My dad's like, there's something in the sky. So we pulled over and we got out. And me and him for about 15, 20 minutes watched these 3 lights. It would have been in this direction over the water tower thing, just doing these weird things, like going like side to side, up and down, side and side, rotating, getting brighter. And then like one at a time, they would just shoot off and be gone. Shoot off and be gone. The last one sat there, rotated up and down, spinning, would get brighter, darker, and then shot off. And I saw it with my own eyes. Can't explain any of it. If it's military has way more advanced stuff than we can even imagine. I think it was UFOs. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense to me, because me and my dad did research for a long time trying to figure out what would be at Hill Air Force Base. What's something the military would have that would be like lasers. And maybe there's lasers that they were doing.
It was that big?
Yeah. Like, it was crazy. It was a moment in time that changed my whole perspective on a lot of stuff, because I went home and my dad, we were going to go get dinner. We didn't even go get dinner. We went home.
You're like, fuck.
And I remember sitting like in my parents' room. They have like a couch. My mom walks in and she's like, what's wrong with you? And I didn't acknowledge that. And then like, she's like, what's wrong with him? Like, to my dad. And he's like, we just saw some shit. And my mom said that I was just like pale, like just looked sick.
How old were you?
Probably 10 or 11.
Damn.
Yeah. So I mean, it was just, it's one of those things where I still to this day, I've gone through, I've watched other UFO videos, like trying to see something that would like replicate it. Like watched tons of military videos to see if like something would replicate it. I still haven't seen what I saw in the sky. And I don't know
what it was, but
yeah. If it was UFOs, then they've definitely been here. If it was some secret thing, I mean, that was, 10 plus years ago, probably. If that technology was available then, I can't even fathom what we have now.
Yeah.
So
I say we got a lot of shit.
Yeah,
like
definitely.
Some deep ass shit.
right.
What about you guys? What do you guys view on aliens?
I say like, I don't really know, but I say we might derive from alien. Like we have, like, I wouldn't even call it an alien. I would just call it like another being.
Yeah, exactly.
Like is in us, but also like, fuck that word like, but there's another one. Like, shit, I'm fucked up. But like, I don't know, like a lot of like the old, like the tribes and all the people from like different countries and all that shit, and like the ancient people, like they say people came from the sky and helped them do what they needed to do.
It's weird. Yeah, you read like those, or see people talk about those ancient texts, and like they all talk about like beings that come from the sky. So
all the hieroglyphs and stuff have saucer shaped things. The big one that hits home to us is there's the cave painting.
The helicopter that you're talking about?
No, not the helicopter one. There's a cave painting in southern Utah, and it's really simple. It looks like a man with a bow, and he's shooting it. He has like an arrow locked or whatever, and it's pointing towards the sky, and there's like a disc in the sky.
So what do you think it should be?
Utah cave painting UFO.
Cave painting UFO.
Let's see here.
Yeah, those look familiar. They're all fucking weird. That looks weird. I don't know. That just seems like it'd be part of the rock, to be honest. But if they're drawing people there, that's a weird way to draw people. Looks like.
Right. Well, I mean, all of the cave paintings are fucking strange.
Yeah.
But it's a very basic one. But they predated it here, like, I can't remember. It was like 13 or 1400.
Let's type in.
Anyways, the weird part
Let's
about
do
it
not Utah. See what pops
is
up.
that same exact cave painting, exactly how it looks, they found in Mexico, like deep South Mexico. Same exact, like it looks like someone cut that rock out and went and put it
So it seems like both groups of people saw the same thing.
and drew the same thing. Now, it's not too far-fetched that maybe, you know, they migrated from deep South Mexico all the way to Utah, because, I mean, that's happened. But it's weird that those are so eerily similar.
That's a weird one. Looks like it.
I mean, it's kind of...
Yeah.
I mean, that would
If
explain
that's
it.
real that they drew that, it's wild.
You guys think the Egyptians came to the Americas?
Ooh, I've never thought about that.
So, like, I actually watched this documentary. There was thousands and thousands and thousands of mummies that they tested what was on it. And there was hashish. You can get that around the area.
Yeah.
But there's also cocaine. They try to, embalm their bodies in cocaine. There's only one place to get cocaine. And that's the Americas. Like the Southern America and all that
Oh,
stuff.
shit, I never thought about that.
Yeah, and like, I don't know, I believe there's Egyptians and all that kind of stuff that have came to the Americas
Yeah.
before anyone else even touched down over here. Vikings came to
Yeah,
America.
definitely.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I think it's in the history the Vikings definitely came multiple times, but I didn't know that Egyptians
It
would
makes
have.
sense, you know, because back then it was when the Pangea, like, you know, the continents were connected, or the ice bridge too, you know, that connected, you know.
Right.
That's how the first, you know, natives came here, so it makes sense for
Jeez.
them to.
I think they sailed over here.
Oh, sailed? Is that what it is?
Type in, go on Google, type in Egyptian cocaine mummies.
While he's looking that up, what do you think about aliens? Do you think they're like a for sure thing, or kind of like...
I don't know, man. I think if you could think it, it can happen.
See, there's like...
I have tons of
documentaries,
videos
all that
about it.
shit.
That's a good way to look at it.
Let's look at not pictures.
Like I said, I believe the consciousness is
American
interacting
drug,
with
oh, yeah.
with itself. So
Yeah.
If you can think,
Yeah,
that would make... If you can
cocaine,
think it, then it can
nicotine,
probably happen.
hashish.
All from
Wow.
mysterious cocaine mummies to prove ancient voyages. Yeah, damn. So there's tons. Occurrences in cocaine Egyptian mummies.
I'm going to research more on this, because I didn't know this was even
That's nuts,
something that
huh?
happened. Yeah, like
That's nuts.
that's fucking crazy.
I saw this video on cocaine. I saw this video today on Twitter. Someone's like, forget cooking with marijuana. Let's cook with cocaine. And they were making food and just dumped a bunch of coke in there. Like, why?
That's-
So, I want to say, but like, one of the people I follow on Twitter is like, yeah, because I want my food to taste like kerosene.
Ah. That's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah, who could? But yeah, that's wild that they. Damn, nicotine and cocaine. It kind of does prove that. You know?
Type in Egyptian and Greek artifacts.
Artifacts are always
Oh
cool.
shit.
You could look up like
Ooh.
pottery or something like that.
If I could fucking spell.
It might
Alright.
pull it up. Because there's like
Let's do
pots.
all.
They found a city in the water that has Egyptian pots
Yeah.
with freaking Greek writing on it, and then Greek pots with Egyptian writing.
It's kind of like what's the very first civilization? Fuck, I always forget.
the Sumerians.
Sumerians, yeah.
Dude, type up, look at the Sumerian shit, dude. I actually had a book about the Sumerians and the Egyptians because they're so close together. I typed on this website on Facebook. It was
We'll do
called,
Star Map.
I don't remember what it is, but it was like a website where you could ask for like opinions and all that kind of stuff on history. I typed in, do you guys have any opinions on the Egyptians and the fucking Sumerians? And this dude's like, yeah, let me get your email. And he emailed me 100 books on fucking the Sumerians,
Oh,
100 books on Egyptians, and the Egyptians, it's like Egyptian and Chinese shit, and then they're like original fucking books. And I was
Damn.
like, what the fuck, dude? I had pages and pages and pages of them. I was like, this is tight.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
It's like the star map that they did,
Yeah.
and it's like a perfect star. Oh, I don't know if that's it, but like they drew like a perfect star map, and like without any technology, like exactly how it is now. So the fact that they knew that shit is
Type
crazy.
in Dogon star map.
Gone.
Dogons are an African tribe. Let's see if it pulls up.
Oh, Dogon.
Oh, shit.
We can always just look at not pictures and see what they say.
Yeah, so like Sirius B, we just found out about Sirius B not 10 years ago.
Right.
And they knew about it?
Yeah, they've known about it for years and years and years and years. And they're all like, they say that they came from Egypt because they're escaping like the rule of the king, and then they started their tribe in Africa, and they have huge ass clay buildings that they live in and shit, and they're still alive today.
That's crazy.
They have better star knowledge than we have today.
That's so crazy.
That just stuff like that makes me wonder, because like, do you think?
Don't they have Coke and Coca-Cola? Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, back in the day.
That's what they say.
Now, this is going to be a weird hypothesis, and I just thought of it off the cuff. But what if you put your body through copious amounts of like DMT?
Shit.
Which I've never done it. I'm still on the fence if I want to do it. If you put yourself through copious amounts of DMT and usage tons of times, I wonder if there's something that you can break through that shows more of the universe than we understand.
I think it does, dude. I actually tossed some DMT the other day.
And
Yeah.
How is it? Hey, thanks for the follow, dude.
I didn't do it, but I had to toss it because
Oh, gotcha. Yeah,
And I
gotcha.
had some in my house, and that's 7 years in prison if you get caught
Yeah.
with it. So I was like, no, but he smoked a little bit of the DMT because you gotta get like the fucking the crack pipe and
Yeah.
shit. Fucking,
How was
did you
it?
feel?
Shit. Watched a little video and shit right before it and said like, you know, once you feel yourself like vibrating and shit, start seeing like everything shaking. One more hit and then blast, but didn't make it.
no.
Damn.
You need a torch when you do it so you can just.
Yeah, really roast it.
I say try it. Don't be scared. I'm kind of scared too, but I say like, fucking try it.
Right.
As I was gonna say, we should get some fucking DMT and just have like a little session, man. Like eventually.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
eventually. Yeah, it's. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so scared of it. Like, those mushrooms fuck me up, and I know that DMT is such a higher step. Like, but I don't know. I feel like, yeah, I feel like I'm ready. The other thing that I'm interested in, but it looks miserable, is the ayahuasca.
Like peyote?
Not necessarily peyote, just
Ayahuasca's
ayahuasca.
the drink.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha, yeah.
Fucking, it's like the lower grade of DMT.
Yeah, I've
Ayahuasca
seen-
make you throw up.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Yeah.
I've seen the people like almost like fucking gag up their lungs because of how much they're throwing up from it. But that's part of the process. Because like when the mushrooms too, like if you throw up, it's supposed to get you, you know, to that point faster and a little bit more harder.
For real?
Yeah, because when we went and did two of our friends. threw
Everyone
up.
was throwing up.
I like it hit my throat, and I'm like, no, I don't want to throw up, and I like kind of like did that like gross swallow everything back down, and I was like, I don't want to throw up right now, but two of our other friends were just puking their guts out.
That was a weird night. It was funny for me because like it didn't hit me. Like everyone was fucked up, and like I just kind of felt like I just smoked a blunt or something. Like I just felt a little high, and like so like everyone's tripping balls, and like I was like roasting hot dogs and stuff, and then like we all sat in my car for a little bit, and like we smoked a bunch, and then drank a little bit, and that's when it hit me after I smoked, and I was like, oh shit, there it is.
Right.
But like I was fine. It just like. I was just like high, but like would see like geometric shapes everywhere and stuff. Like, but yeah, I didn't get fucked up as everyone else.
I think part of it though too is like at that point you still had quite a bit of experience with acid, right? Like that was
Maybe I don't know. I don't remember.
I think for at least me, I don't want to talk about anyone else. Is like I just didn't know what I was getting myself into. Like I really didn't. And I did like the cardinal sin according to the internet. As I looked at myself, and I was like mid trip.
That's my favorite thing. I'm like, oh fuck, is this me? Just looking at yourself in the mirror.
I looked at myself and saw my skin moving and my eyes fucking like all fucked up, and I'm like, I don't know who that guy is, and stopped
Same.
doing it. But let's talk about weed though, because I mean, obviously, I think you know
I go through periods where I like it and don't like it. It's like, I don't know, I don't know why. So like, I'll be like a long time where like, I feel like weed is the one thing that like fucks me up that I can't control, you know? Like, I feel like I smoke a little bit, like I'm a lightweight and I get too high. So like, I don't know, but lately I smoke a bunch and I'm fine, but I just go through periods where I'll smoke a bunch and then like, I'll have a bad experience. Like, I'll be at a party and I'm just too high. 'Cause I feel like I can do most other drugs and still hold my shit, but for some reason, weed fucks me up.
I think that's the strangest thing because I'm the polar opposite.
Every time, I don't know why. Weed always fucks me up.
I mean, what's your guys' take on it? I imagine.
I fuck with weed hard.
Yeah.
I love it. Depending on the day, like weed, like if I didn't smoke it constantly, I haven't smoked in like 5 months because I'm on probation.
Mm.
But when I get back, I gotta be moderate because I was smoking a lot of weed.
Yeah.
I smoked like a half ounce in like 2 days.
Oh shit.
Roll up a blunt, pack it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I have like 2 hits. I'm like, all right, I'm good, guys. Like, yeah.
What's your take, bro?
Weed is fucking amazing.
That's how I am lately. Like, I'll go through periods. Like, right now, I'm like, yeah, this shit's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, this kid, we were at a party and like one of our friends left this. I thought it was just a weed vaporizer. He's like, hey, will you give it to me later? I was like, yeah, sure. So I was smoking and like, it turned out to be like a dab rig, just like electric dab rig. And I was wondering, why am I getting so fucking high? And I was like, oh shit, I've been smoking dabs. But ever since then, I'm
nice. The little
Yeah.
bubble thing.
yeah. Ever since then, I'm good. So I don't know. I smoked today and golden. I'm good again.
We're all on the same page. It should be legal.
Yeah, it's fucking point. Alcohol's legal. Like
Why aren't we?
people do wild shit on booze. Like you rarely hear some dude, get
Wiling
too
out
high and
while they're high.
like people get in fights and shit 'cause alcohol. Like you never hear a guy, I was too high, so I got in a fight. It never
And
happened.
I punched that dude in the face after I smoked a blunt.
Yeah.
It made me very mad.
Yeah.
It's like, no.
No, it doesn't happen.
It's
So if
like-
alcohol is legal, why shouldn't weed be legal?
I think it's more of like a control. Alcohol takes over your spirit. Alcohol kills certain parts of your like body.
I think that's why I like it.
Yeah, alcohol in like the long term is bad.
Yeah.
Short term it's bad. Weed, it's gonna be good no matter
Yeah.
what. Like there's certain downfalls to weed.
Right.
Like I actually heard a dude talk about like smoking weed is kind of bad for you because you're getting all the carcinogens. and
Yeah, just
shit.
because you're smoking. Smoking, any smoking
Anything
lungs
is
is probably
bad,
not
yeah.
good, but
If you're eating weed all the time though, you're a fucking champion.
Yeah.
Yes.
edibles are a whole nother demon, though.
Yeah, edibles are fucking tough. Dude. I want to cry sometimes when I'm fucking eating edibles. I'm like,
You wanted to talk about Big Pharma.
let's talk about it.
Let's
What's
hear
your guys' opinion?
It controls more of the world than we think it does, I think. I think it's just more... It's so powerful. It's such an industry with so much money that I think they sway
Everything.
way more stuff than what meets the eye. Obviously, here in Utah, it's controls.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Mormons control the pharma, and in turn, those two combinations just control our state. I mean, there's so much money.
I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't exactly gotten weed legal, because they got so much money in the pharmaceutical industry that if weed was legal, that would take away all their money from big pharma and shit.
Right? They're like, we need to invest in weed before we get this shit legal.
I think that's 100% what's happening. They just said, I think today or yesterday, that they're not going to fight. The LDS Church said they're backing out of their fight against medical marijuana, but they will get back into the fight if anything gets brought up about recreational.
Huh. That's dumb. They shouldn't have it.
I think a first step in the door, though, and,
Yeah.
and I had a conversation with this gentleman when I used to work at my old job, and it made a lot of sense. He was a guy I would love to have on the podcast. He is an LDS man, got married after his mission, has a kid, or 2, I can't remember. Just a real nice guy, really easy to talk to. And I was talking to him a little about politics, because he's someone you can talk to about shit like that, and he's not going to get like all butthurt. And he's like, this is how I look at it. I don't like, he listed these things that he doesn't agree with. And he's like, the medical marijuana, I don't care if people smoke. But what a lot of the new generation doesn't understand is when you shove the marijuana in the faces of the LDS community and the old folks who are, old school, and you want it right then and now, they're going to fight. But if you go on a long, slow process of like introducing it to people, telling them what the benefits are, saying like the old research is, invalid, that the weed mania in the 80s wasn't true, it was false, taking small steps to just kind of start inching people into it, it will eventually come. But he's like, it's the big impulse of like, from nothing being illegal, being like, people are scared of it. I know that's funny to say,
well,
but
they people that have no experience with marijuana think it's like a hardcore drug because
they think
that's
it's like
what they're
anything
told.
else, yeah. So they're scared of it.
Yeah.
So I think that the process that
they see it as a drug, not a benefit.
Yeah, everyone needs to realize like we need to slowly inch our way into the weed here.
Which I think we're doing okay so far.
Yeah, I mean it's making progress.
It's a process. We're barely getting legal in certain states, but
I'd say in the next 2-3 years, probably be federally legal at least.
That's what I want is federal, because people like medical dispensaries can still have FBI raid them for no reason, just because they're federal.
You get all their shit stolen, which is
that's
crazy.
just that's literally just the government stealing their shit.
All their money confiscated, all that fucking shit.
That's just the government, literally stealing their money for, like, literally running like. This one dude I was talking, not just talking to, but I was watching a documentary about him. He was just this black dude, and he had a medical dispensary, and he said, all the locals see me as just this brother that's selling, they see me as a legal drug dealer, not as, someone that's trying to help people, but, it's just, people look at it the wrong way.
So Lampy Lamp Live, sorry, we'll get caught up on chat here, says, want to see a Lampy dance?
Yeah, let's see.
I don't know what that is, but I do want to see it. Synthesizer says, any company that becomes so large they get very dangerous. We're already at the point where they decide more politics than the politicians themselves. And he said, so not just big pharma is dangerous, it's all companies that become too big, especially the international conglomerate giants.
Kind of like Amazon, Jeff Bezos, or Disney. Disney's buying out everything right now.
Disney is buying a lot of shit.
Yeah, so
I definitely agree with you in some sense, Synthesizer. Like, it's definitely when a company gets so big that they have sway in everything is kind of scary. Because then
I have to do it too.
Then it gets to the point where, like, is this a company that we trust, or is it a company that we should be afraid of?
Yeah.
I mean, Amazon's taking everything over.
It just once one person has too much control. One person, just like Kanye says, one person shouldn't have all that power.
It's true. It's very true.
Yeah, it's tough, but we don't have to. We can vote. That's pretty much all we can do. Other than that,
voting is
still tough, but it's a slow process for sure. But it's definitely, marijuana's gonna become legal, I think, at some point. Or not.
Hope so.
Yeah.
Shit, if it go countrywide.
And the tax benefits from it.
All kinds of money.
Yeah.
Seriously.
It could, it's in Colorado, they're generating so much profit.
Yeah.
And same with the lottery. Like, if people want to gamble, let them gamble. Like, here in Utah, we don't have it. And, like, in Idaho, for example, their lottery pays for their schooling. So,
I that's the one thing that I definitely don't get here is
gambling.
Well, yeah, I mean, we all understand the LDS Church kind of makes all the, pushes everything. But
well, yeah, the LDS Church's stance on it is, they just don't want people, I kind of understand their stance, it's just they don't want people spending their money on something.
Right, but here's the thing.
But it can help, like you're saying.
Here's the thing is, we could make gambling legal here, right? And if the Mormon Church sends out their little doctrines or whatever and tells the Mormon people, like, hey, don't go do gambling, it's bad for your health, it's bad for your pocketbook, it's not healthy. And it isn't.
Yeah.
It definitely isn't. What is the problem then? Because if you really believe that your believers are going to listen to you, they're just not going to go gamble, right?
Yeah.
So why are they hand-holding the rest of the people who aren't LDS? I'm talking about gambling in Utah. And it's like, I'm surprised more people aren't mad who are LDS at like the decisions, because it's almost like they're babying them.
Yeah.
Like they have to take these things away so they don't make these bad decisions, instead of letting them be out there for the people who want to enjoy it and letting the LDS people like avoid it, because everything's avoidable.
Mm-hmm.
There's beer in stores. You don't see the LDS people just don't buy it, right?
So
Exactly.
I mean,
So when you get an Indian reservation closer, to
isn't
Salt
there
Lake
one
City,
somewhat close? An Indian?
it's the same distance as Wendover.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Fort
For something.
Douglas.
No, not for. It's for something.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Fucking Wendover. I'm trying to go to Wendover here soon.
It's
Have
pretty
you guys
fun.
been?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like I've had a lot of fun in Wendover. I've had really good nights and bad nights. Like if you go there, like it's you can get a hotel room for super cheap, and if you gamble enough, they'll just give you free hotel rooms. So like I don't know. I've had times like that I barely gamble, where I just go out there, drink. They have like plenty of stuff you can do. That I've just had a really good time just hanging out, met plenty of cool people. Like, but I've had times where I gamble, lost a lot of money, but I've won a shit ton of money there too. So it's a fun time.
If you're planning on gambling, this is what I would recommend. Pick the amount of money you want to take, and just tell yourself that money's already spent.
Yeah, it's like you're like, hey, like yeah, you're just planning on that for a good time.
That you
that you don't worry about losing it.
Let's say you went, like you want to take $200 and you want to go gamble that $200. Put that into like just like the cost of going to the casino, because
not
most
like you
likely
lost
you're
it.
probably gonna lose it, but there's the chance of winning it. Because like that's the biggest thing is it. If you go in thinking like, oh, I'm gonna make money or I'm gonna get money, it gets real depressing real quick.
Yeah, so if you're just planning on like,
fun,
trip
though.
expenses, so you're like, hey, this $200 is planned for. If I lose it, who gives a shit? But like, so then if you lose it, you're like, I lost $200, whatever,
Plan
or
on
however
that.
much money you planned, and then you could win. Like, I've won a shit ton. I've seen lots of people win a shit ton. So,
I did good on
It's like, come
blackjack for like a while. And
but
then
yeah,
I
if you just
didn't.
plan on like, hey, I'm gonna spend $200 and that's for the weekend. I'm gonna drink, whatever, party. But yeah, Wendover's fun. It's
My sister was gambling out in Wendover when she was 16 and won $4,000 on a machine.
damn.
So my mom had to run over and get the thing for her, or she was gonna get it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. Yeah, that's a problem because they don't ID. I think I've been ID'd
I've been
one
ID'd
time.
once, yeah.
One time's the only time, and I look young. And I went there when I was real young too. So we've brought people with us that were underage, like but yeah.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. But yeah,
Allegedly.
yeah, I've won one weekend. I hit the jackpot on a slot machine, won $2,900. So like,
That was the funniest thing, because it was me, you, and Chandler, I think.
I think a couple other people there, but
Yeah, I don't remember. And we all didn't know where you were at. And I lost Chandler. And then I walked over and I just see this lady like counting out money. I'm like, what happened? You're like, oh, I won some money. And I was like, oh shit,
yeah,
$2,900.
yeah, $3,000. I was like, fuck yeah, I'll take this.
So Synthesizer says Monopoly's not good. Those big companies don't compete anymore, and the way liberals shit out everything to companies is bad. Sure, a doctor needs to get paid, but God, I can't read today.
I can read it,
but
but-
making profit over sick people is sickening. Sure, a leader needs to get paid, but why? But what are they leeching and not leeching?
Teaching.
Teaching our kids. It's all about power and control, and who has the most money. Is definitely in charge. So in other words, not the people we choose rule. They let us think we actually have a choice, and that's why I think democracy is a lie.
Yeah, so yeah, like you're saying, he's just saying like people with the money will always rule.
Yeah.
People with the most money can buy influence. So
Well, every president has always been semi-rich.
yeah,
There hasn't been a president that we haven't had who isn't over $1 million net worth.
yeah. There's never been a broke president.
Yeah.
Obama wasn't super rich.
No,
He was just
not extremely wealthy.
yeah, he had money, but
Check up his net worth.
yeah, let's look him up.
Now it's
he's probably has a
fat.
shit ton.
His net worth's fat as fuck.
I saw one thing he was doing like speeches for like $250K.
Yeah, him and Michelle charged so much money to go do.
Obama?
Yeah.
Shit.
40 mil.
Yeah.
Oh, Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama's worth 40 mil. Let's see what Barack Obama. So if his wife's worth 40 mil, what's he worth? 3 times more than. So, it's not gonna say. They're like, well, Michelle's.
Secret.
Yeah, they're like, Michelle's worth 40 mil, so you choose what he's worth. Oh, 135 mil. So he's doing okay.
Definitely.
Wait, it said when he entered Senate, or office, he was 20 million.
When he entered, he was worth 20, so then he got up to 135 mil? Damn.
Well, it's like Hillary and Bill.
They
They're,
make so much fucking money.
I heard something that they charged, it was like $2.5 million
Let's look it up.
for like a 35-minute speech.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
And I was like, Jesus Christ.
Bill Clinton net worth says 16 mil?
In debt.
Oh,
That's probably-
shit.
But that was when he left the White House.
That's 2018, though. Oh, when he left the White House.
Was that because of the
I don't know.
scandal and lawsuit?
Better to have blowjobs than no jobs.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's probably not going to say for politicians how much they're worth, because they don't want us to know. Like,
How much is the payout for president each
It's
year?
like 250K, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that.
A year?
Yeah,
Let's
so
see.
if you become president,
8 years.
yeah.
$1 million.
Oh no, so after you're out of presidency,
400K.
you get paid $400,000 every year for the rest of your life,
Just that face.
which is nice.
He doesn't even need 400.
Right? Yeah, he's fucking rich already. So yeah, so 400K is usually made.
I wish politics were less toxic to talk about too, because like, it's a very interesting subject, but it's especially now with Trump being the president, like it's impossible to talk to people about politics. It seems because,
People have their opinions, and like, it's cool, but
I saw this girl today on Facebook or something like that, and she posted a picture of Trump Pence and said 2020, and she just put, I hope so. And, most
Yeah.
people...
it's like whether you believe it or not, that's just her opinion.
Right, and most people definitely, like, don't agree. Like, but I did the negative thing, and I was like, oh, I gotta see what people were saying. They were saying the rudest shit to this girl that I've
Like,
ever seen in
personally
my
or
life.
attacking her?
Personally attacking her.
That's the thing. It's like, yeah, but whether her opinions, you like them or not, you don't need to be attacked. You can just tell your opinion why you don't think they need to be. You don't need to attack her as a person. I saw that too. Like, I saw one post and they were attacking her children and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, those are kids.
Well, I saw one too.
Yeah.
One of the comments was, because she was, I'm not sure where she's from, but she was brown. And someone put, if Trump saw you in the airport, he would personally arrest you or something
Oh,
like that.
God.
And I'm just sitting there like,
That just pushes the other side, you dummy.
I'm like, why are you saying this shit to this girl? She just has like a point of view. Like, people are rough,
Yeah.
especially behind a keyboard.
The internet's the worst thing ever.
No one talks shit face to face anymore.
They go in too.
Yeah.
They go in.
I like Drake, but I like that trigger fingers turn to Twitter fingers or whatever thing that he said. And I'm like, it's kind of true.
It's true.
Everyone will talk mad shit over the internet, but face to face, everyone's like, oh, what's up, dude? Good seeing you. I mean, sorry about talking shit on the internet, but...
Speaking of internet, I saw, Chris Brown got arrested for rape charges. I saw he got him dropped.
Yeah, he's suing for...
So was it made up?
I don't know, but he's suing the lady who
Let's just look up
did
Chris
it
Brown.
for...
Look up R. Kelly next.
No, yeah.
Damn, R. Kelly.
He's getting in trouble. There's like proof now. They were showing like the little rooms he had the chicks in and shit. Yeah. Let's see if I can find it. Cause like at first he's like that's not true, and then they showed like this
That's
little
not funny, but yeah.
yeah, they showed like a little basement, and it was like this girl was sleeping on a massage bed. I was like, oh fuck. Let's see let's do
Why does USA Today say former professional
I'm just
surfer
laughing because
Chris Brown?
R.
Oh,
Kelly
wait, never mind.
needs to go to jail.
yeah. See if we can find the. Oh, we're not gonna see the girls' room. Sorry, it's not gonna show me. Damn, it's not gonna show me the rooms. Let's just do R. Kelly. See what pops up.
Hopefully it's not piss.
R. Kelly's daughter get in touch with her father. There's no conversation to be had. Well, obviously, if his daughter's like, "Hey, fuck this guy." Damn. Yeah.
Did you guys hear that?
Was it my chair?
Did you hear that?
Outside.
Yeah. It's like someone just crashed.
That'd be hilarious. Someone just wrecks like, "Hey, can we come in?" Like, all right, we got a podcast. You want to talk to us? Damn, R. Kelly's getting old too.
He's ugly. No.
Wait, go up.
What do you guys think about R. Kelly trapped in the closet?
You know, it was all right. It was an interesting thing.
Yeah, it's on the next level.
I liked a lot of R. Kelly's music.
Oh yeah, I fuck with his music.
Yeah.
R. Kelly is a person.
Shitty.
Fuck you.
Big old piece of shit.
That's
I wonder what took it so long for this to really get big.
just a documentary, so it came out. Yo, holy, is that Logitech 400 keyboard? I have one of those. I don't know, is it? You tell me. It's a keyboard. Oh, it is. K400R.
Damn.
Damn, you know your keyboard.
Yeah.
Dude knows his fucking keyboards.
You know him.
How long did you guys want to go for? I know. See you yawning a couple times. I don't know if you're getting tired.
You want to wrap it up here soon?
Yeah,
Whenever
definitely.
you guys want.
What
got-
subject? What?
Got plenty of time. We've gone for a while, so.
Yeah, it's almost 2 hours already.
What subject do you guys want to finish it off with?
You got anything in mind? Anything you wanted to talk about?
I'm blank right now.
We've covered a lot of stuff.
Anything that you'd like to talk about?
Shit. Where's Utah gonna be in 10 years?
Oh shit!
I think Utah's gonna be a lot different. I mean,
Like technologically advanced or like populous? Like
both. I mean, they said Utah last year was the fastest growing state.
it was Salt Lake.
Yeah, Salt Lake. We have all the big companies moving here because of the tax, how the taxes work. Obviously, Amazon's here. Adobe's been here. We have the new second Silicon Valley down south a little bit, which is crazy. I think this is I don't know when it happened, but this is the first time in Utah's history that LDS is now the minority.
Is it what? I thought it's 50-50 now.
Yeah, and I think it finally passed that it's minority.
Is it? Let's look it up.
So I think in the next 10 years, this state's not even going to be a resemblance of what it was.
It could be good and bad because, like, you know, like Portland or Seattle.
Depends on how much you like hipsters.
Yeah, it's gonna become too hipster. I think that's what's gonna happen. I don't hate hipsters, but like I don't know, too much hipsters is rough. Let's see.
You know what that means? There's going to be lots of weird
Utah.
beers and weird food.
I'm okay with the weird beers. I'm
Yeah.
down to try some new beers. Utah more in population. Let's see. Oh, what's the percentage? See what that pops up. Can you just tell me? I want to look it up. So this is like actual 2015, 2016. This is gonna be now though.
Wait, there's only... Huh.
Oh, 60% in Utah.
But when was this done? So I just saw the article like 2 weeks ago.
I have no idea. Last time I saw it was 50-50.
That was 2014.
Oh yeah, so that's fucking 5 years ago. I don't know. So it's probably less. There may be less Mormons.
But even if it is 50-50, that'd be the first time that's ever happened in Utah history, that we're finally at a point where it's not dominated by LDS.
I was hating on the hipsters before it was cool to do so. God damn it. Yeah, definition hipster.
But I'm excited. And what's your guys' take on the Utah rap scene right now? Because
It depends on.
Just here?
It depends on where you're like Utah rap scene. What do you mean by that? Like,
well, I mean, there is a rap scene that's growing, and there's lots of artists who are getting involved.
I think there's too many fucking white dudes trying to be Logic or trying to be G-Eazy. Yeah. There's too many fucking fake G-Eazy rappers. Like, you see it on Twitter constantly. You're like, dude, you're just copying this dude. You gotta be original.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
I know an original artist named Zach Ivy.
Yeah.
He's pretty big out here. He's opened up for pretty much every show
Yeah,
that's came to Utah.
I've heard of him.
Yeah, Zach Ivy's really good. AZA from West Valley, he's tight. This Fool's Boys from West Valley are tight.
Rocksteady.
Rocksteady.
Check
Shout out Rocksteady.
Rocksteady music.
And then who else?
I know
Me and
some.
him.
There's I don't know if you guys know. We went to school with JB. He makes music. And
Does he?
He keeps posting on Snapchat. He's fucking dope, actually.
Make
So-
beats.
Let's see if I might be able to.
I didn't know he was
doing.
doing music now, too.
Yeah, he makes music, and like he posted like a little like clip of his music on Instagram, his story, and it's pretty dope. Like, shouts out to you, dude. We're not like good friends. We follow each other, but let's see if I can find it.
I remember when he showed up at Woods Cross Elementary. I don't know if you remember that or not.
I think though,
He's leaps and bounds better at basketball than everyone else.
I think Utah's music scene, rap scene, all of it's gonna blow up.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna grow a lot larger than it is right now.
Hell yeah.
I'm surprised how big the EDM community is here.
For real.
These raves are getting tens of thousands of people, and EDM artists here now are blowing up out of nowhere and getting, nationwide recognition.
Yeah, it's the same. Just JB. He's dope.
Some of my niggas' hearts is darker than mad Haitians. Did so much wrong, prolonged for damnation. I've been feeling like fuck this damnation. They gave my brother 15 years, he ain't say shit. Barely 21, this whole life taken. They say it's Obama, bitch I say it's rape. Who's to blame when the rich get richer? The middle class stagnant and the poor stay scraping the bottom of the barrel. Waste kids apparel, keep them buying apparel. Just look at my new J's, yo. Damn. That's how we stay broke. Either you getting buckets or bucking like OJ Mayo.
What's this kid's name?
His name's JB. I can show you. He follows me on Twitter. Like,
That nigga tight.
yeah, he's fucking
Shout
dope.
out JB.
Yeah,
Fucking lyricist.
I was gonna say,
He's
yeah,
got
we
some fucking bars.
yeah, he's fucking dope. Like, I didn't really listen to his music. Like, I followed him on Instagram and stuff, and I was like, I clicked, and I was like, oh shit, he's fucking dope.
Damn, is he still local?
Yeah.
You should hit him up and see if he wants to come on.
Yeah, he'd be down. That's his information. If you want to look it up on
Yeah,
Instagram.
Synthesizer says, okay, that's some tight lyrics.
Yeah.
Damn. Synthesizer, fuck you, man.
What?
He said there's a Utah rap scene. Oh, I didn't know farm animals could rap. No, Utah's a lot different than what you think now.
Hell yeah.
There was points where I really contemplated like moving out of state because I just was not happy with it, but I'm glad I've stayed. It's changed a whole lot, and it's to a point now where
I think I got a GFD.
down like it's fun to go
Okay,
places. There's shit always going on. There's always cool concerts. There's always people trying to host stuff. People are downtown having fun instead of just being bored. Like it's a cool place now.
Utah's developing.
Yeah, exactly.
Like even as far as the weed laws going, recreational. I think that's just
Right.
gonna fucking happen. It's inevitable, I believe.
Yeah, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, no, Utah with its economic development, we need some motherfucking musical development.
Yeah,
Like,
for sure.
give it a motherfucking culture.
Yeah, we need something.
on the way to what it will be.
Exactly.
Have a motherfucking face and sound with it.
Yeah.
With a message. Because a lot of people shit on Utah.
For sure.
Big
and
time.
then like people come to Utah and then they're like, oh shit,
They
this
love it.
Yeah. They're like, you see people come here all the time, like, it's not what you think, like, it's dope here.
Right.
You go to suburbia areas, it's exactly what you think.
Yeah.
But if you're in the raw parts of Utah, like it's not even kind of what you think.
Yeah, right.
Plus, I think everyone loves nature. Utah's hard to beat when it comes to nature. It's beautiful
Scenery's
here.
everywhere, man.
I mean, mountain ranges as far as the eye can see. Anywhere you can go on a nice hike. You can
Right.
go south. It's warm. We got tons of cool shit like the archways and Moab and all that stuff's way cool to go check out. Utah's a cool place. Hopefully,
It's home.
yeah, exactly. Hopefully it stays that way. Hopefully we keep going in a good direction and shit doesn't get fucked up. Did you guys want to play some of your music before
Yeah,
we call
we
it?
can play some, like, if you guys want to play anything, we can play it through.
Here, I got you. Go to YouTube.
Yeah, one sec, I gotta see where we're going through real quick, so we can hear it too, not just them. So play through the speakers, not just to the stream.
While he's pulling that up, where do you guys want to be in the next 2-3 years as far as music and maybe careers or jobs, different things like that? Like, where do you guys want to be?
On tour.
Yeah,
That'd be dope.
That'd
That's
be
for
really
real.
dope.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I want to be on tour. Like,
In 2 3 years, that's like a long time. Like,
You could
that's
easily
very
do it.
plausible.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
a year time is plausible too. Like,
What we've noticed is it's
you wanna look it up? Oh, Jesus.
damn, you throwing shit.
Not the Logic Pro.
Not the Logic, man. The 400.
From what I'm realizing with at least obviously podcast and music are two different things, but consistency is key.
okay.
It's at least for us, it's always
Just putting it out there.
if you're putting it out there and you're you're sticking with your passions, because it can get hard. Like, there's days where I wanted to quit doing this, and you know, I'm sure Forrest too. Like,
yeah, definitely.
and you know, you go through dry spouts where you're like, I don't want to research anything, I don't want to fucking go talk, I don't want to go do any of this shit. But if you just keep pushing through it,
Okay, so real quick.
you start
Make sure
seeing
it's
the
playing through the
numbers,
stream.
and it makes you real happy.
This is one that we did right here.
Guns and butter.
Guns and butter. Consistency is fucking key.
It is for sure.
Have you guys read Think and Grow Rich? It's a book by Napoleon Hill. He made it, and it's basically like how to think and grow rich and mine money, whatever the fuck you want to do. You guys should check it out.
I will for
Like,
sure.
What is it called?
Think and Grow Rich. I got him a copy because I had a copy. And I found it for $7. And then I got him the copy, and then my copy right now. Like, how many chapters are you in?
I'm going into the fourth.
Yeah, 4 chapters, and he's already like, bro, this isn't a fucking book.
That's dope. I need to check it out for sure.
Do you want to restart this real quick?
Yeah, we'll start.
This is Vika.
Damn. I can tell that flow's dope, dude.
Thank you.
Yeah.
This nigga can spit.
That shit's going on.
Yeah, we'll share it on our channels too, see if we can get some views.
Yeah, share that shit, yo.
Yeah.
I finally accepted that nobody's gonna love me unless I love myself. And since I'm hella ugly, it's gonna take embracing my features to blind the creatures. One deep as their skin and the others right beneath them. I'm speaking from the enemies. I holler at your energy. A life for in the living, for prosper for longevity. Exercising on my mental muscle until it's memory. If you stuck on that gang shit, you can't get with me. Cause I'm the one that left the pack, became a man and made a stack. Broke nigga, now that I'm back, whatever doper with the rap.
Yeah, we're from Utah. Thanks, Synthesizer.
Until I see 90K laid out in some triple stacks.
Yes.
I'm flipping 30 for my niggas doing dirty. That I know is with the grind, just hustling with the word. G, for all your niggas frontin', don't act like you haven't heard me. Don't wait till I'm ballin' out through the leg like James Worthy. I ain't got no time for this shit.
This is dope.
He made
Yeah.
the hook and shit too.
You made
so
the hook too?
Damn.
We won't be here for a very long time.
This is good.
So play this one right here for me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. Play this one when I'm gone. Hey, play this one right here for me when I'm gone. When I'm gone. Play this one when I'm gone. Play this one right here for me when I'm gone. Knowledge race supreme, got your message. This paper is really where we write our sentence. 21 years, still haven't seen a thing.
He said, what do you guys call it? Sign me up for the fan club.
Guns and butter. Kool-Aid.
I'll post the link for this video right here in the chat, so you guys can look it up. Follow him.
Fuck a million, a billion is my new thing. All I gotta say is practice what the fuck you preach. Cause I'm not a king, I am a teacher. I'm living life above the ether. All this shit, man, I really couldn't see it either. Open up, come on and be a believer. Choose your path and you can just see yo. I ain't got no time for this shit. I love that so much, dude. Shut up,
Kill it, dude. This is fucking dope.
Oh yeah. He had it recorded for about 4 or 5 months before I actually went and recorded
Oh,
it
really?
first. Yeah, I was sleeping. The timing was not fucking right. Not at all.
Yeah, I feel you though. You gotta
be in the right.
You want to run the SoundCloud real quick?
Yeah, for sure. Let's look it up. Yeah, let's fucking plug all your shit.
I mean, for everyone listening, if you guys aren't jumping on hearing this, you're gonna regret it when they blow up.
Yeah.
You could have been here first.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
You can. I'll sign in real quick.
I got one. Or we should have one for the podcast. We used to put our podcast on SoundCloud. But fuck. Sign in.
Porn Observer 69, the classic.
Top shelf. Oh shit. Podcast. gmail.com.
Now, for you guys, like, I'm very musically untalented. Sadly, I love it and I wish I was. I've tried. I don't sound good making music. Was it something like your guys' flow? Did that come natural, or was that something that's taken years and years and years to?
You want to look up your thing?
To like get to.
Mine too. Man. I've been rapping since I was like 12.
Yeah.
I'm 22 now, so
Just practice.
just writing.
I think flow almost comes naturally though. Like
Yeah, I always say. Well, I listened from fucking KRS-One. He said, before you got a bar in your head, you got the flow.
yeah, it's true. Yeah, you can. Yeah.
Well, what your message comes through your words and what you know. So
Right.
shit, don't be scared to pick up a motherfucking dictionary. Get it in. And,
Yeah. Do you-
yeah.
Do either of you guys produce at all?
Soon, I'll be first.
I don't.
I was gonna say because like I make or I want to make music too, like, but not like I want to make serious stuff too, but like I'm better at like almost like funny stuff, kind of like not like Little Dicky, but like so like I showed Kai I was gonna say Cash 'cause my little brother's name's Kai too, but like I showed Kai, he's like, dude, this is fucking dope, but I don't have my MacBook here, I'd show you, but yeah, I want to make some music too, so I just need to find a producer because like. I can make beats kinda, but I'm not good at it, so I need to meet a producer. So
that's what I'm looking for now as well.
It's tough.
It takes time. So like, this is what I sounded like when I first started rapping. You can hold that. You can hear it from over
I
there,
can hear
too.
you.
I sound like shit.
I ain't heard that one.
It's trash. That's why you didn't hear me.
But see, hearing this after hearing the last song you just played makes me a little bit more like interested in trying because I can see the vast difference between that and what you just played.
Yeah, dude, that was 2 or 3 years ago. That's now.
Synthesizer says, I mostly copied rappers' flow I liked over time, and you add your own flavor to that and create your own style.
Thank you.
So yeah, so this is his SoundCloud. Make sure to check it out. We can play which one do you want me to play?
Play that first one.
Okay.
Hey man, on top of what you were saying, like your faith in trying now, and if one man can, so can the next.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing. We all get 24 hours. We all got blood. We all walk around.
Exactly.
We all gotta change.
You got some really deep shit for being 22 years old.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And anytime you guys want to come back, you guys are welcome.
Yeah,
we love to have you guys. Like,
That was at like 90 views at this point. I'm always down to come back, dude.
anytime you guys want to just come chat, like we don't have guests most of the time, so if you guys just want to come hang out, bullshit with us, like, we'd love to have you.
I'm down, bro.
It's always nice to have good guests who.
Yeah, we love meeting people we actually like hanging out with. Like, we've had shitty guests, but you guys are awesome. Like, you guys are welcome back anytime.
See what that says?
Yeah, no, thank you.
That says open your mind before you open your fucking mouth.
Hell yeah. It's fucking dope. Everyone follow them. Check it out.
Sit back and take my fucking mind. Fuck staying trapped in time. Fuck a dollar sign. Rest in peace to Amy One. I need another line. Fuck depression. I'ma find my fucking light. The 18th is the day I free this from my mind. Every day seeing my mama locked up in her mind, weighing heavily upon mine.
Check it out.
I like the one comment that was in there. It says that slaps my G.
Where, go to the comment real quick.
So it's like right. You see the little thing under the bars?
Oh, did it pop up right here?
Yeah.
That slaps in my G. Donovan Barker.
That's my
Shout
boy.
out Donovan.
Hey, yeah. You got yours? You want to post your stuff?
Shit.
It's Don V.
What's the? I don't even know what it's under.
It's Don V.
Oh shit, just Don V? Like that? Oh shit.
And then space.
V? Like that?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it'll pop up with that. Go to people. Over there. Damn. Maybe not. Go back to my my page. And then go down real quick. Where my playlist at? I don't know. Might not be able to find it. Go down a little bit more. It should be reposted.
Even if we can't find it, do you have a social media that you use regularly?
On Instagram,
Woody Bills?
shit.
You guys like, you
posting
know
on
who Woody
there, but-
Bills is?
Yeah, I had some shit with him
Or
for a little bit.
I can get your number.
I don't
'cause
have a
was
problem with
thinking,
him now, but he threatened me one time, and
I can get
I was on
in
drugs
contact
at the
with you when
time
you
and
get
stuff, and
when we find your link, and I'll
I was
post it
wilding
for,
out.
for
But
that way.
I like
I don't
him.
got
Good
a
for him.
number.
He's making music. I got no problem with him
Okay,
now.
cool.
I
Yeah.
can get it.
At the time, but yeah,
Yeah, he's blowing up right now.
Who?
I fuck with Woody Bills.
yeah, he was, yeah. Yeah, I got no problem with him now. It's just the time he was fucking my ex-girlfriend, and then he threatened me and stuff. I was like, "You gonna threaten me, bud?" Yeah,
Who's your ex?
Brianna.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know who Brianna
No.
is. I'd say
But yeah, no problem, dude. Good love, Woody Bills. Love for you. There's a time. I'm sorry, I was a douche. I was on drugs. I told her I was gonna kill you, but love.
I don't think I know that story.
Yeah, like he was in trubs.
All right,
James's family was after him. If that tells you anything.
gotcha.
Yeah.
We can talk about that one later.
Yeah. But yeah, love for you, dude. Love for you.
yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to find it. Is it on that one page, Rocksteady?
Is if it's on YouTube, we can look on YouTube too.
Rocksteady, ROCC.
On here,
Yeah.
Yeah, steady,
ROCC,
steady.
and then space steady,
No, I
just one
think
word?
it's all together.
like that.
Yeah.
This page,
No, go down. Right there, Rocksteady music.
this one.
Hey, shout out Benny Fetch
Yeah.
and Rocksteady.
Go down a
Yeah,
couple
keep
more.
on going down. Shout out A Hustle. What the hell is that?
Go down a little more.
Just tell me when.
Nigga well out on a mission. Damn, right there.
There's another song by Vika right there. Use
Right
the
here?
last verse.
Which one?
This one right here.
The top
Loyalty.
one? This one? I'll play it? Alright, here we go. This is him. It's him. Check it out.
Yeah, Vika's last verse.
Hey, synthesize. You make beats? Post that shit, yeah. If you make beats,
Shout out Chucks, Khalil.
hell yeah.
Fuck with this beat. It's got a little funk to it. Yeah.
Just cup and half fam, snack piles, them more regrets. If anything, I'm trying to roll with you. I can't lie, little mama, feeling anxious, just a slide door. Don't turn my words up another notch. Let's get this thing in motion, keep it moving, don't let it stop. You feel it down, just call on me. I could be your therapy, baby, sucker like a remedy. I'm knocking hot, baby, sucker for love. Intelligent, beautiful, girl, all the above. I never felt like this, ain't that something, but would you still be there if I didn't have nothing? I need that ride or die.
Yo, check that out, this dude.
Long conversations, little mama, I'm trying to reach your mind. So let me know if it's good. I be sliding through, don't worry about them, little mama, I'm just feeling you. I met this girl about a week ago. Hit the box, short, baby, I didn't hear it, though. She even got her own two seat, though. Really ain't think she was what I really need, bro. I wanna be a man, please don't go for me. She ain't ready, baby, till you can't get some on me. And baby, you ain't even gotta spoil me. I just want to know what I got, type loyalty. My girl had blonde with the blue eyes. Every time she come around, my stomach get the butterflies. I know she don't be talking to the other guys. She tell me every day that I'm the only person on her mind. She calling when she done, baby, sitting saying that she on me because she wanna hear my words. I know she got my back. She was there when I was skipping, and we both got together like Jordan and Scottie Pippen. Low key, I was tripping though. Motherfucker love me, Reeboks, not Adidas though. Put the dubs up, you can feel me though. She got me so in love, I might start a family though. I'ma just groove to the music. Step in front of me, on my hand and just move it. I like the way you do how you do it. You don't talk about it, baby girl, you just prove it. I met this girl about a week ago. Hit the box, short, baby, I didn't hear though. She even got her own two That's why your brother had to come to you, communicate my mind. Speak from the soul because yours is so dope. You make me feel like Reaper before I even hit my smoke, and it's cool. You hot, so baby, jump in the pool. We chillin', crackin' rings and bustin' rhymes in the booth. It's me, Chucks, and K-Slap, poppin' like a Drake track. You hit the game, you hit the flow, and now you throwin' way back. But anyway, before I get caught in the days, I wanna break it down to you in a couple of different ways. Why get inside of you when I'm already into you? The dirt would've been done if that's the way that I feel
Fucking dope, dude.
But since I'm meeting you, I hope that you can feel it too. Like every single line to a microphone that you're speaking to. You be the bread of my butter and give me fire when I'm blessed. Be loyal when I'm
Kool-Aid.
He's in the bathroom.
I just want to love and ride and die type loyalty.
Yeah, dude, we'll pull you up real quick. Synthesizer.
I was over here trash talking. Huh.
Yeah, dude, synthesizer. We'll pull you
SoundCloud
up.
ass.
Tracks. Oh shit. I'm gonna pause this one real quick.
Hey, feed.
See what this synthesizer's got.
So who all does the? Are they like a group of dudes who just make a bunch of different tracks with different people, or?
Like, the three of us right there, we're all just we're our own artists. Like,
Yeah, oh, okay.
yeah, well, Kaleo, he got on the TMG, True Soul Music Group. So yeah, he's with them. Chucks, I believe he's just doing his own thing. So
Mhm.
yeah.
And then it's rock.
Oh yeah, Rocksteady.
Yeah.
Man, they just group of my little bros out there in West Valley.
Uh-huh.
I'm from West Valley, so
And then do they produce, or do they just kind of do a little bit of everything, or?
yeah. Well, man, ain't nobody producing. We ain't got no producers yet.
That's tough to find
Our
in Utah.
YouTube beats is cool.
Yeah. It's hard to find producers.
Alright,
man.
synthesizer. We're gonna play one of your tracks real quick, man. Let's see what this one is. It's the Twisted Asian beat. Which one do you want us to play, synthesizer? Let's try Bass Beat 3. See what you got. Unless you have a preference on which one you want us to play. Cause you have a lot of them, so I don't know which one you want me to play. We'll play a couple of them. Let's try this one. Gotta catch Ash. Catch him. All my beats are gone though. I don't know. Choose whatever, although it's probably embarrassing. Yeah, if you have a preference, we'll play which one you want. Stop to put yourself out there, synthesizer. Well, this one has a lot of plays, so let's try this one. Trying to see which one had your most plays, dude. It's funky.
I like our boy Euphoric still.
Yeah,
He's got some cool shit.
I think we followed his channel. Let's
Yeah.
see. I don't know how to see. Yeah, orange soda.
Oh, this activity shows on the podcast too.
What was that?
All this activity, like the computer activity, or it's just
Oh no, it's just on the back end. We didn't upload our green screen.
Yeah, dude, if you have a preference, yeah, we have this dude that he's from Australia, but he makes just like random music.
I love his beats.
Like he's
They're
dope.
chill, like they're nice to chill.
So this one has
to.
21,000 plays. Let's check that one.
That's
out.
not him though.
Oh, is it not?
No,
Oh. How do I go to his channel? Do you know?
just type in orange soda.
Yeah, Townsville, Australia. Yeah. It's one of our friends from Australia. Let's try this one. I think he makes like calm ambient music, but like a lot of his beats are dope though.
You say he's down in Australia, or
He's from Australia,
Yeah,
yeah.
he lives in Australia.
He's dope though.
We met him through the podcast.
Oh, nice.
He came in and hung out a bunch, and a real nice guy.
Yeah.
What was the one thing he made for us? I don't think it's up here
It's not anymore, but yeah. Yeah, he fucking... So this one, I don't know whose Taiwan it is, but... Yeah, he makes a lot of music, so...
Man, if someone in Utah could, like, blow up being a producer, they'd be so big, because it was definitely in need of it.
Yeah,
Utah needs a sound.
Yeah.
Because we have two of our other regular guests who come on who also do some rapping on SoundCloud, and that seems to be their thing too. Is like the one, his name's Matt. He's made a couple beats, but they just try and find other people's because it's so, you know, it's time consuming and it's difficult. But they got some interesting stuff.
Let's see. I think they have a shit ton of views.
Yeah. Well, a couple of their songs have been
Yeah,
pretty
37,000, 40,000.
Damn.
Shit, no
This shit going nationwide. International, probably.
One of them has a ton. Like, let's
big.
see.
Yeah, it was like a couple million.
50,000. 1.2 mil. This one.
What's that song?
They just have like an alternative style to theirs.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot different than what you're hearing.
I'm surprised by a witness. Still listening to the biscuit.
Damn.
I'm on the grind for me a whiskey. I'm like a young kid on Christmas. Just cut me out of your wish list, or you'll be feasting like big fish. I'm the free rest in my overs. You know I got the memories, bitch. Stop your over late sick. Everybody that's stuck.
Can I look up a song real quick?
Yeah, of course, dude. Whatever you want.
I'll show you something.
Yeah, let's see it.
I was listening to this earlier, and it's pretty tight to hear where these people came from.
SoundCloud's an interesting platform.
It's awesome, you know?
Yeah, it's cool that it's out there.
Hell yeah.
What are they called? Fuck. 1 second. Okay, no. Let me go to my page real quick.
I wonder. So me and Forrest and I have talked about wanting to do like stand up, because it kind of goes hand in hand with podcasts nowadays. A lot of big podcasts are stand up comedians. I wonder if it's like the same type of thing with starting to tour as like an artist, where you're not gonna, like, you're starting out, you're probably not gonna make any money, you're probably not gonna get signed, you're probably not gonna get all these benefits, but it's the act of going to as many places as possible, getting your name and your songs out and performing it, so then people will finally jump on.
Right.
Is that kind of like the same idea, or is it a little bit different?
Man, I've been writing since 12, but I haven't put too much effort since, like, into getting my name out.
Gotcha.
I feel like I gotta do it right or something.
Oh, I agree with you.
But, you know.
Because I think that would be cool too, like just even the experience, even if you know, it isn't lucrative to just go like
now
places and open for,
together.
you know, local
Oh, yeah.
guys and stuff like that. 'Cause it'd probably be a lot of fun, like meeting tons of people. But
I'm trying to do fucking stand up. That was gonna be my.
What's up, hostage?
21st birthday. You can do stand up at like the Green Pig. Wise Guys does it every Wednesday night. A couple other bars do stand up, open mics and shit. I would
Damn.
like to do that too.
yeah,
These people just got signed to fucking Dreamville, J. Cole's record label.
shit.
yeah.
Dreamville.
Earth Gang, JID.
Yo, synthesizer, you guys gotta keep trying, man.
Wait, this is JID?
Yeah, this is a dude from Earth Gang. Earth Gang is Johnny Venus and Dr. Dot. JID fucks with Earth Gang because they met in college. JID comes on here in like a verse. You'll hear JID when he comes on.
Cause he's blowing up.
You just go back to the right and the left.
Yeah.
He's blowing up a lot right now, bro.
Finish it off. The bathroom?
This guy, like on his ending verses, kind of reminds me of Absol a little bit.
This dude right here?
Yeah.
What's up, dude?
I'll show you what this
What's up, suspects? How you guys doing? Reminds me of Danny Brown.
Yeah.
No, they have that sound, bro.
Is it playing double tube? Might be playing double. Sounds cool. How you doing, guys?
No, I don't want to be on YouTube. I want to be on Google right now.
How you guys doing, those suspects and hostage?
Yeah, SoundCloud's definitely I'm excited for what's gonna be big after SoundCloud.
Yeah, everyone knows Ninja, dude.
Because it seems like SoundCloud's kind of hard now to get noticed because it's so flooded, right? I hope that whatever the next one is brings us some like really cool artists.
I say like when you're doing music, I was listening to a dude talk about getting your stuff on a certain hip hop forums and stuff like blogs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, start out with little blogs and then eventually go up to like the bigger blogs that are posting like Drake and all that kind of shit.
Right. Because all it takes is one day. It takes one person to be like, oh, that shit's fucking dope, and that person has influence, you know?
Fucking shares that.
Yeah.
And their person shares that, and then like 20,000 people share that
Right.
one, and it just fucking builds.
What's
That's
the favorite
the-
juke body token?
That's the cool thing about, like, I mean, we were talking bad about social media earlier, but that's the tool part of social media that's amazing is, like, you can put your stuff out there and anyone in the world could see it by chance, right? They could just be scrolling and be like, oh, here's a hashtag I follow or whatever. And if that one person has enough influence and decides to share it, it could change a whole person's life, you know? 'Cause if you had, like, I don't know, who's a averagely popular rapper right now? Well, JID, for example. He's getting big, but, like, if he saw something that you did or even, like, someone small who doesn't have any views did and he shared it, it would change that person's life.
It
would instantly get popular.
It would, dude. Everyone would look at it too,
Yeah.
because like, say it's on Twitter, they all use Twitter, like all the rappers and
Yeah.
shit. So they're always on there, like, oh shit, that's nice. Let me share that real quick.
I think that's kind of what happened with Post Malone.
Posty
You know.
blew up quick as fuck. Posty go.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucking got lucky. I mean, he kind of had an influence already because his friends are Twitch streamers, but like, he got like 30,000 views on one night on a song. Like Mac Miller, RP was hitting him up, and tons of people in one night. So you can just get lucky on SoundCloud.
That's crazy. I'm about to fucking order this Uber. It's fucking bedtime.
Yeah, it is lit.
Yeah, we can wrap it up soon. You guys got anything you want to finish up
Yeah.
on? Or you guys ready to call it?
I'm ready to call it.
Alright, guys. Yeah, guys, we're going to call it now. We'll play our outro for you. It'll take up some time for you. But yeah, we're going to call it. If you haven't already, check out their music. But yeah, sorry, Hostage. We just fucking been going for a while. You can rewatch it. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, we'll be back Monday. We might do some gaming this weekend, or we might be at Sundance. Who knows? You'll see us soon. Don't worry.
I'm gonna go Sundance Film Festival tomorrow. So I'll stream.
That's what Zach Ivy's playing. He's playing fucking Sundance.
Oh shit, yeah.
Yeah, he got
Where's
the
that
spot up there. Sundance
Park City.
Film Festival.
It's Park City.
Fuck.
Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow. I'll stream there. I'll live stream on it Sundance. So check me out.
So many fucking famous people up there that
yeah.
like, yo.
Yeah, Shia LaBeouf's there right now. But yeah, guys, we're gonna play our outro. We're gonna chat while you guys are watching the outro. But later, guys.
What in tarnation, an outro?
Hey, partners.
Thanks for watching the episode. I'm sure that we were stupid and silly and funny, and you love us. I'm glad you made it to the end. We want to show you the other stuff we got going on in our world. If you scroll down on our Twitch right now, you'll find our About Me, what's going on the podcast, different things like that. We have our links to everything down here. If you want to donate, you can. You don't have to. It helps us out. Here's our schedule for the next upcoming little while. There are streams that come in every once in a while that aren't on the schedule. Mm-hmm. Our Patreon is one thing that we are trying to take off. We really enjoy Patreon as a service, and they let us do whatever we want. So when you click on this Patreon link that you scroll down below, it will take you over to our page, and this is where you can find some exclusive content that you can't find anywhere else right now. It's not on YouTube. It's not anywhere else. We have a couple podcasts that are privated just for certain reasons. Got a little too rowdy for YouTube. We also have a couple exclusives which are pretty raunchy, especially our classic XXL BBW and Chlamydia, a Forest and West story. The OG story. If you haven't heard that story or haven't heard anyone reference that story, now's the time.
It's only $1.
It's $1. It helps us a lot, and we also have some deals going on. If you want to up the buck a little bit, we'll give you shout outs. You know, we want to help each other out. Obviously, the other big thing is YouTube. Everyone knows what YouTube is. All of our podcasts, some of our old gaming can be found here. Our new exclusive Bible Boys just went up on Patreon, and also Spooky Boy Things is up on YouTube. Make sure to check those out. We got lots of old gaming, Layers of Fear, Outlast, some of the classics. Watch Forrest get jump scared. And then for some of the new age stuff, we're on Spotify. Everything's on Spotify. And of course, iTunes. We have everything uploaded to iTunes. The only other one that we don't have pulled up is Podbean, but Podbean links to all this. So go check it out. Go follow us. Our Twitter is down below on the Twitch as well. Instagram's on there. Facebook is on there. We reply to everyone's messages.
And also on iTunes, don't forget to give us that 5-star rating. If you like what we do, we'd really appreciate it.
And just remember, the more that you guys help us out, the bigger we get. Of course, the more we're going to help all you out. So, throw us a bone. You know what I'm saying?
Really motherfucking appreciate it. But yeah.
Thanks for watching the episode. We love you guys. Have a good one.
See you guys later. Dad.